Flying tonight is alive!
Please, God.
This is God.
He is inside with us! He will never get away! His pain won't end! Here's Johnny!
And hello, you gruesome bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. So, when you think of Stephen King and inanimate objects coming to life and killing people, we cannot help but think of this.
Okay, for my 307th book, this couple is attacked by a lamp monster. Ooh, ooh.
You're not even trying anymore, are you? When can I have it?
Thankfully, it's not the case, as tonight we are talking, me and my guests will be talking about the 1983 adaptation of Christine, directed by John Carpenter. I am joined by my good friend Admiral Teague. How you doing, man? Mike's
Hello from New York, home of the Amazing Spider-Man and the Amazing Mats.
I'm glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you here, man. I mean, I don't know why I never saw this movie years ago. I think I only watched it a few years back, and yeah, I really enjoy this movie. It sounds silly on paper, but the performances alone really do make this movie, and yeah, Keith Gordon really knocks it out the park here, and as you watch him go from this awkward nerd to this very confident psychotic, it's brilliant. And my next guest, always welcome, is the Lord of Toxicity. I hope you're back from the little run you had to do. Is he back?
Only he can answer.
He's still out. He'll be back soon, hopefully.
You know what? I'll just tell you really quick. I'll take a page literally from Lance's book and say the first time I saw this movie, I didn't get to see the movie. I was under the age of. This is an R-rated movie, and it's a pretty good. I mean, it's not that gory, but it's a pretty scary movie, and it's got enough language in it. But Admiral Teague was outside with his fake ID on Queens Boulevard trying to get in to see that movie. And, just they wouldn't let me in. They're like, sir, you're 14. And I'm like, yeah, I only look 14. I'm 20. And they're like, this says you're 12. And I'm like, no, I'm 14. I mean, I'm 20. I can see the movie. But yeah, it's a fantastic film. And I owned the Dodge version of the Plymouth Fury from about 4 model years later.
What, the actual, a model of the Plymouth, like a replica?
I had a Dodge Demon, which is the same car without the side-by-side headlights. It doesn't have 4, it had 2. It didn't have the fins because by 62 they were gone. But it was a 50th anniversary Chrysler. All the cars from that year had like special features, but this one is the 58 Fury. It's the same car, but with fins. And we have a couple of what I would call kit bashed versions of it too, because we destroy a couple of what might be Ford Falcons and stuff like that just have some fins on them. And, you know, hey, when I had this style car, it had a push-button automatic transmission, which a lot of people may not remember, because the stick on the wand was not invented for a few years later. You had to shift on the floor, or you had to go manual. And Lord Toxic's back. Hey, Toxic, go ahead, take up.
How you doing, man?
So about the car, so like I guess this was a you may have already said this, but I guess it was King wanted to do a thing with a car and have it be badass but still kind of obscure, and he inadvertently got like a bunch of people in the 80s to start looking for this kind of car. In fact, someone actually got one, or at least a close proximity of it, and parked it outside a big movie theater so that as soon as people got done with the movie, they'd walk out and see the car sitting right there, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know shit about cars. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I mean,
okay.
Anytime I think
I'm not a big Nordic cars. I do like them. I do like a good-looking car. You know what I mean? And I do like these old cars more than the new ones, because if you look at these cars back in the old days, they look like they could kill you no matter how slow you went, because that's how tough they were.
Yeah. No,
this
facts.
car was made for the idea of, if you look at the lack of safety features, now remember, Christine would never have had seatbelts because those don't become mandatory till 1970 or even optional till the middle 60s. Right. Christine, we're lucky that it doesn't have an outward cone in the middle of the steering wheel, because some cars of that era did. We're lucky that it doesn't have a palm rest, because you could they used to have a feature where you could palm the wheel. And one of these features is credited with losing Sammy Davis's eye. And if you crash this car with its steel dashboard, the idea was this: it was going to destroy anything it hit unless it hit another car like it. And so the idea was hose you off the metal dashboard and sell it to the next guy, because it's not going to need any repair.
Yeah, I mean, see, these days cars are just like fucking little. They're like tin foils when they hit something these days now. So
there's no crumple zones in Christine. Christine is one high-impact car made for a demolition derby. It's 2 tons of American steel and Rhodesian chrome, and it is going to be fueled by hatred and by some kind of demonic possession, where it becomes a vessel for a couple of different, like, what we can only call unclean spirits. But Christine is so unsafe that the rear view mirror is on the dashboard angled towards you. It's an inherently unsafe design, and just like in the movie Shining, which they're using as sort of their template for this, with the Travolta-looking bad guy. Just like the movie The Shining, they're going to improve the story a little bit in the streamlining. It's a 500-page book. There's a whole like side quest where his best friend character has to recover from a football injury, and that's where he kind of finds out about Christine. The brother is an invented character for the movie. They do a very efficient job of movie making on this one. It's the best movie this book had in it. And Stephen King, unlike The Shining, they're calling him and he's taking their calls. So whatever they rewrote, he had a little bit of input, but like, let's remember, Stephen King is an idiot who's like, no, unless it's word for word, I disavow this movie. And he goes on to make the same thing again with trucks, trying to do the car thing his exact, which doesn't have a book to ruin. So it might be his best movie, right?
Yeah,
because it starts out as a screenplay.
Yeah, he even says right at the beginning, well, if you got to do something right, you got to do it yourself. And Maximum Overdrive is apparently one of those so bad it ends up being funny movies.
It's pretty good. It's got Charlie Sheen's brother in it. It's got Lisa Simpson in it.
Brother.
It's got Emilio Estevez, and it's got Lisa Simpson in it. Yardley Smith is in it. The voice of Lisa Simpson is the newlywed wife.
You're gonna go off and leave me a widow? What are you gonna do?
I'm pretty sure that's Lisa and not Bart. I think that's Yardley Smith. It's one of the voices of The Simpsons.
I think she's Lisa. I'm pretty sure she's Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah, Yardley Smith is Lisa. I forgot the name of the fucking.
And our buddy the owner of the garage, might be the owner of the diner gas place, but that guy acts exactly like him, the guy from Christine, because what we have in this is a do-it-yourself garage where nobody's all that nice, but they seem to have a heart of a rather chrome heart. Here we go. Here comes Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah, I forgot about
You want to do this? You want to do this scene so soon, or I figured
Yeah,
we'd
we'll
wait?
do that later. We'll get to that later. We'll get
Yeah.
to that. 'Cause I know you had a scene, but I didn't know if this was the one. But yeah,
Yeah, it's the only
we'll
scene.
get
It's
to
the only
it with
scene I got.
now because we're going from the beginning, and usually I ask when you first saw this movie, but you've already told me here, so we'll go down to Toxic and we'll continue on to the movie. And okay, before I do, Nick's welcome to the chat. Whammy Spoons, always welcome. Anyone else? Whatever missed? Obviously, we've got a lot of Toxic in there, but he's with us in the panel. Same thing for Admiral Teague. So, yeah, so Lord Toxic, first time you saw this movie.
So this is one of those ones that they used to do this thing on HBO and Cinemax back in the day when they only had like so many movies to play. And so early 80s, 85, 86 maybe, there was like whatever this kid's name is. I don't know it off the top of my head. The one playing him. What's his name?
Is it Keith Gordon?
It is Keith Gordon. Yeah.
Arnie is the character. Keith Gordon's the actor.
So basically, this dude had like a triple feature going on like either one of the prime channels I had, which was probably HBO, but it could have been any of them if I'm being honest. And it was like Legend of Billie Jean, the one he was in with RDJ, Back to School, where that fat comedian played his dad.
Rodney Dangerfield. That's the best
Dangerfield.
Robert Downey Jr. movie, and also the best Star Trek Away mission, as it also has Dax from Deep Space Nine.
Also has William Zabka as the bully, which is crazy.
Yep.
Him playing a bully in the 80s. That's so crazy. It's amazing.
They
But
couldn't
yeah,
get
it was-
Chaz
Go
Van
ahead.
Patten. They couldn't get.
It was
Chaz
like
Van
a
Patten.
triple. It was like a triple feature of this kid. Like I don't know. That was like the niche. Like one Saturday night. Hey man, Wormy Spoons was happening. So yeah, that's when I watched it. Of course, they played this one last. Obviously, I think they played like Back to School first, and then they went into Legend of Billie Jean, which was like probably PG-13, and then this one, which is R. Which actually, fun fact, this was not supposed to be R. This was the way that it was done. They actually wanted it cut in such a manner so that it would get an R rating. And Carpenter was like, this isn't the thing. I don't have a bunch of stuff so they're like, listen, can you just get that cuss count up to the sweet spot and then get us up to there? Can we do that? And so
they do that with Darnell, don't they? Don't think to fuck along. I'm not going to fuck.
No, they just upped the cussing count, and that's what brought it R. And the reason they wanted that is they didn't want this competing with the other slasher flicks as a PG-13. They wanted like a hard R on it. And
Is there PG-13 yet? I don't think there's PG-13.
Yeah, it's a fucking 18 here still.
But
I think it might be a 15 on the Blu-ray in England.
Here's the thing. Lord Toxic's essentially correct because PG-13 was just carved out of PG. PG movies used to go about that far. They only defined it. The movie that creates PG-13 is A Temple of Doom.
Well, you know what's weird? It's so inconsistent back then because like freaking.
That's my car. That's the car I used to. This is the version of
Right.
Christine I had, but that is not my car. That is a different version. Mine was a convertible. I'm a little cooler than Arnie, but as you can see, those extra lights were a added feature. But you can see that's how the car evolved in 4 more years. That's an
I'm not gonna lie,
American
that looks like
Dodge
an
Demon.
evil car. It looks like it has a face and it's looking at you.
Because they started making them in red. Christine was not, the 1958 Plymouth Fury was not available in red, so that's the first departure from reality. But yeah, it's a great movie, and the car looks fantastic, especially when it's on fire. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. What was where were we?
I was telling you how I had first seen Christine, and then later I read the book when I started getting into all things Christine, and I went in my crazy, or not Christine, but all things Stephen King back when I was a teenager. So,
Yeah, and apparently he was still writing this book when this was in production. Apparently,
that is
something
what
like
I've been told on a couple different. How true that is, I don't know. I've been
There's
told,
only
like,
20 weeks between the movie release and the release of the book. The book came out in like April, and the movie came out in December, if I have it exactly right. But So I think what happened was Carrie was such a big hit, Cujo was a big hit. They're realizing that Stephen King is just like this car conveyor belt auto assembly line, and that also was it you who said he had a backlog of old transcripts? So
Yeah.
he's punching up his old books and getting them out real fast. This probably existed in like a different form, and he's like. The screenwriter was like, look, man, like we're very interested in your next really scary book. Are you going to do something like that before someone invents cell phones and destroys your movies forever? And he was like, hell yeah, you can make a movie of this story,
before you
Christine.
get a derangement syndrome over a unpopular president that you don't like later on, and you destroy your own brand. But yeah,
And I would call him an on and off popular president, but yeah, 100%.
He was really cranking them out back then, so much so that he was using the Bachman title or the Bachman pseudonym to crank out other titles. So,
But
I'm
by
glad
the
you have
way,
the-
just real quick, here's the rear view mirror and the badging from My Christine.
Let's have a look. Like, okay,
I
we'll have
still-
a quick walk.
And you
quick
can
where is
look
it?
at how, like, the workmanship, like, this didn't need to look so cool.
hopefully it's not haunted.
Oh, it's haunted. That's why I
Wait,
keep
show again. Because I've got the
Okay,
zoom.
it got this
There you
got
go.
vandalized on me just like Christine, but unfortunately it didn't grow back. I don't know if there's anything in there that could show anybody who's a car aficionado of the year. You can see it's a beautiful chrome mirror. This was the driver's side rear side view mirror, and this is the engine badging for my particular version of Christine, which had a 270 horsepower engine. But if the car had no crumple zones or anything else, so of course, if you get hit by this car, you're in a world of trouble. But there's my two pieces of Christine. I can't find the third one right now, but yeah, this car did inspire me to buy the same model.
I just went quiet there. Oh yeah, let's zoom you out
That
now.
did-
Do apologize, yeah.
Did you not hear me? You heard
Kind
the
of cut
description,
out there
right?
for a minute. I think I saw your avatar and it just went quiet.
Oh no, I was done and I just turned off my avatar.
All right, all right.
There you go. There's not much more to show you, but between the two of these, I got like 1.5 pounds of chrome. Like this car was had some serious weight to it.
Yeah, a
And
lot
it's a
of
2-door, so.
well, cars did. I mean, hey, Trump Daddy and Blue Collar Lows, how are you doing? Yeah, happy to be a very popular president. Check the scoreboard, Toxic. Yeah. Kicking ass,
I meant
mate.
no disrespect,
Gaza
Mr.
and,
President.
fucking Gaza and Israel at the moment. The lefties are really fucking losing it. But yeah, I'll move on from the politics for now. But always welcome to have you on.
So this scene that you got up right here, this is interesting. So like I told you previously in our chat group and in the green room, I had thought going into this when you asked me to do this that Christine would have been one of the more loyal to the original, to the book. I usually am right about that, but I'll admit that on this one, I was way wrong. Like this is very different because the first time that we see Christine in the book is when basically Dennis and Arnie pull up on it, and that afternoon after they get done working their summer job. This actually shows the inception of Christine, and it shows Christine to have been basically evil since birth. I've even seen a Reddit post where this guy that puts his hand under the hood when he's doing, I guess this is some sort of final checks line after they're rolled off the assembly. The guy that does his hand under the hood, it clamps down, and he said that was like a lady being mad that a guy stuck his hand under her dress.
Yeah.
I thought that it just was the car's vanity, right? Because Christine has an ego too. Christine has
Christine is very possessive, isn't she? She's very clingy. She's very.
It's an unreasonable woman, so we know how that's going to play out.
Let's just talk about the trope here that we could buy into or not. The Plymouth plant is built on land acquired from the same people that we took the land away from in The Shining, and the Chrysler car company that makes the model that is the Fury, that is Christine, that car company uses a lot of names from the Native Americans in their products and in their plants. So this is Michigan.
So there's a loose continuity here as well, with that some of the same spirits could be the reason why Christine is kind of like alive.
And it's an improvement on the book. She bites back right on the assembly line. And they're playing bad to the bone. This car was born to be bad. It had a bad soul. And then I guess, as Toxic was saying, the book has a sort of a different story about what happens to the car. It's imbued with an evil spirit, sort of. In this one, it seems like the evil begets more evil, and they merge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and
like
to answer,
always there. Yeah, go
To
ahead.
answer
Go ahead.
Blue Collar Loser's question, no, I haven't yet. I don't even know if I want to watch anything Evil Dead without Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell. So we'll see anyway. But moving back on to Christine. So yeah, this is already establishing that it's back in 1957 when Detroit was like the fucking king of American motor distributors.
It's August of
manufacturers.
57.
Yeah.
We find that out from George.
Yeah, and we see the car is crushing this guy's hand. It's broken, and later on, this black guy gets in. He's just listening to a little bit of Buddy Holly, and he drops a little bit of the ash on the seat. Not a good idea because when they find him later, he's fucking dead, and they're wondering, what's happening? And
Yeah, he had like stroked out or something in the car, but
yeah,
the
it's like
radio,
she's got the
he
power
gets
to-
it. Does
Yeah,
he
it's like
turn
the
on the
power-
radio, or does the
Yeah.
radio turn itself on for the first time this time?
No, it comes on when he gets in, and then drops the
Right.
ash.
Yeah, it turns on.
Yeah.
It's like what the hell? And then he lets the ash drop on the seats, which are still covered in plastic wrap, and the car just like next time we see him, he's falling out of the side of the car.
Yeah,
no,
so none of that is in the book. Everything that you see in the prelim
Right.
here in the 1950s, not any of that is in the book, which even a year or two ago, I would have been like, no, yeah, Christine's like super faithful to the book. I'm like, nope, it's really not.
It's improved though. What do you think it's better though? Right? Don't you think it's a better way? Like we don't have to go through this whole long story of this guy and his daughter and how his military experience made him upset and sad, and how the
think
car
it's one of those-
slowly
Yeah.
merges with him.
I think it's one of those things where it's like the movie's doing what you want the movie to do, show don't tell. Whereas in the book, it's kind of hard to do show don't tell. So you kind of have to have this.
book is you tell and don't show because
Another interesting thing about the book,
isn't it?
yeah, another interesting is that where we start out in the book, which is right here, it's one of those things where so it's Dennis writing in a journal about something that has already happened, and he's talking in the first person narrative, but it switches about a third of the way into the book. I'm wanting to say I don't know an exact page, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
he
matter.
gets hurt playing football, and we
Yeah.
switch to a neutral third-party narrator
Right.
till the end of the book, where he comes, where the best friend's character is
Yes.
recovered enough to be active in the story.
Yeah.
I think we also get a few snippets of Junkins' police report, because Detective Junkins, he's on this case from about the like 1 hour 20-minute mark of this
Right.
movie. This movie's well paced. It's at exactly 1 hour. Christine starts killing people.
Right. No, this is exactly what you want from an adaptation where they take the things that work, John Carpenter did, and he uses it to he was really robbed not getting a chance to do Firestarter. I think he could have done a much better job than Hooper did in adapt. Not that I don't like the 84 Firestarter, because I do like it, but I think I wish that Carpenter had done that one instead of this one. Not that this is bad either, but it's just I think it would have gotten a showcase what Carpenter can do a little bit. But this is really good. I mean, I if you put
It
it
gets
to me
straight to
now,
the point, doesn't it? It establishes what you need to know and gets straight to the point, and the main focus is the friendship between Stockwell and Gordon's characters, who start to become more strange when this car just shows up in their lives.
yeah.
Yeah, and I like how the Buddy Holly, the original Buddy Holly, not fade away plays, and then it cuts straight to 70s, and you got this like 70s sort of hippie-ish cover of it.
Yeah, it's the Linda Ronstadt version. I think
Yeah.
you're right. And look, he's got a beautiful car too. He's got classic American muscle. I believe that's a 66 Camaro, or is that a Chevelle?
I think it's a Chevelle.
Okay. I wasn't too sure. That car isn't shown off in the glamorous way Christine is.
My knowledge of cars is not super duper great. So
But it is a good character establish, a good way to establish the characters. Sorry, as well. You know, Stockwell's character is fucking Dean. Is it the first name of his character?
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis. That's it. Not Dean. What the fuck is Dean?
I don't know.
I think Stockwell is very underrated in this as well. He's got the right amount of sort of swagger, a little bit of teen jockness, but he doesn't come across as a total arsehole. He comes across as a guy who's pretty much got his head together
He's
a
pretty
little
benevolent.
bit more than most teens.
his friend is so much worse than Peter Parker, and he's like, you know, the one of the more popular people. He's on the football team. He's a key player there. He's like in an American high school. If you are, you know, tops in the football team, you know, you're really, you know, you're something in your high school. As we can see, all the chicks dig him, and like, what is Arnie but, you know, dead weight, making him look, you know, to us look like a guy with a good social conscience, but to everyone else, you know, Arnie is dead weight to him.
Yeah, because
Well, one
you
of
see
the
that
things
as well, don't you? Because he's still kind of like, he still goes out of his way to be friends with Arnie, while his other friends are kind of giving him shit in the scene where he's trying to open his locker and he can't get it open. So
Because
you kinda
Arnie
get
hasn't
the
hit
feeling
Arnie hasn't gotten like to like whatever, like through adolescence yet. He's a little bit behind everybody else, and he's a
Yeah,
little
that-
dumb too.
he's obviously repressed by his parents as well. They don't like Dennis either for some reason. So I'm guessing there was a time where they were the best friends in like elementary school, and they moved to high school, and he started getting a
That's
bit popular
exactly-
with girls and hanging
yes,
out with the
that's-
jocks. And yeah,
In the book,
That's where Arnie would go to hide from his overprotect. His parents love him, but they're overprotective, and they have like a different vision for his life than he can live. So while he is loved, it's so flawed that it's messing him up.
yeah, his parents are kind of douchebags, if I'm being honest. But
yeah,
yeah,
they're
no,
way too tyrannical at the moment. They really don't give him a fucking break. It's like
the book
No, they're not.
the book goes into great description that, you know, even though they kind of went different ways, Arnie towards, you know, mechanical sciences and things like that, and kind of became a Dennis describes him as, he's the kind of friend that you have on a rainy day, is like the best friend to have when you can't go out and you can't go play sports and you can't go do nothing. He's the guy that's got a plan to do something while you're inside the house. And then there's like this really funny back and forth in the book between Dennis's younger sister and Arnie. And Arnie has this really cool, you know, just funny streak to him that definitely does not come across in the movie. And that's unfortunate. I wish they would have done a little bit of that, because there's like times I reading the book, I laughed out loud at some of the one-liners that, you know, a great writer like King can give his kind of kooky characters. But it's definitely a situation where Dennis is just loyal as fuck. And, you know, he's friends with this kid since they were in elementary school, like you said, Luke. And then later he's just like, no, I'm not going to, he's my friend. And then that's it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
He's my friend. I don't care that he doesn't play sports. I don't care that he doesn't get laid. I don't care about none of that stuff. He's just
I mean, he
my
actually
friend.
does try and see if he can get laid with some bed, even if she's got a fucking mustache, because hey, you're my friend. You know, it's like, and the fact that you can get that sense of these characters without needing to go into a full detail from the book, you know, it's all conveyed on screen visually. You put the pieces together yourself, and
Yeah.
I think Miss Sparkles. I was bothered by how it starts to not make sense towards the end. I felt like they didn't know how to end it. I kind of disagree. I think most of it is meant to be a little bit ambiguous. You know, like you're supposed to sort of come to your own conclusions. It's kind of like the ending of The Shining, where, okay, why is he in that picture in the 20s? I mean, what do they mean? Like, he was always here. You know, it's kind of these little things, you know, like you can sort of like dissect over and over again, but still not come close to reaching that surface.
Well, King is
You have to
notorious
also-
for
sorry.
not ending his stuff very well. Like he is great at the middle and the beginning, and then most of the third act, and then he has a really hard time tying it up. And that's what, you know, better script doctors have kind of had to alter his material. And this is altered as well, but we'll get to that later. But yeah,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
always
Steve.
thought the ending was actually kind of like what you need in a horror film, like give a little hints that you know,
Sure.
this is not the end of this monster. This monster
Sure.
could still come back.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
there
yeah.
is a sequel, right? Not that anyone wants to watch it.
Is there?
I don't
No,
know
you're
it.
are you
No.
There
serious?
is. It's called Christine 2. Is it The Fury or The Return?
Nah,
Christine,
are you
I don't want to
serious?
see it. I don't
Well,
need to
this
see a
movie is
sequel.
currently free on YouTube, so that's how I saw it. And the sequel came up when I googled it. There is one.
No way.
But I would just want to say the reason the ending might have problems is because we're probably almost ready to film the ending when Stephen King has only started to finish his, you know, fourth act of his book or whatever. And like, we need an ending. He's like, well, I know the car is going to be destroyed. And again, they improve it, because in the book, the car is destroyed and that's the end of it. In the movie, well, it twitches a little, doesn't it? Which is cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and push back on you on both of those things real quick. Number one, You can look in the chat what I just Googled. And then number 2, the book does kind of definitively say that like all these people start disappearing, and Dennis is noticing that, you know, like different main characters are starting to die and they're getting like run over by cars. Like one of the bullies that actually escapes in the book, he gets run down by a vehicle later, and then the detective actually goes off the grid and no one's able to find him. So it's hinted at least in the book, that Christine may be coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I like it ending on the hint as well. It's like that sort of mean-spirited ending, you know, like that makes you think, oh shit, and then the film finishes, and that's it. You don't need to see anything else.
Yeah,
but once again, these actors do really well. They, I think, if it wasn't for the chemistry between these two, I don't think this movie would have worked quite as well.
I've always wondered why Stockwell didn't do more stuff. I've liked him in everything I've ever seen him in.
He's been doing like directing some TV episodes, and he's done a few acting. I know he's in Top Gun at the beginning, isn't he? He's the he's the fighter pilot of that show.
Yeah, he's Cougar. He's Cougar.
He looks like Chris Pine a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I know, and he's got a good on-screen presence. He's got a likability to him as well. He's got a little bit of that swagger, you know, like you need in a leading man.
I wonder if he's affiliated or related to Dean Stockwell, so he can just dip in and out of acting because his brother or cousin or uncle is so freaking huge in it. You know, Hollywood loves nepotism.
Yeah, I do like this dialogue as well. He tried to put fellatio on the Scrabble, but his mum would not have it, even though it's in the dictionary. Because it's like, yeah, that kind of sounds like a little brat, something a bratty teenager would do with a dirty man. It's but once again, it's just little.
That's one of his hints at better stuff that Arnie does as far as being funny. Like you know, like the little sister had said to him while they were playing Scrabble, the 4 of them one day, and he got up to get her a Coke or something, and she's like, "Thanks, Arnie, you're almost human." And then he like pulls his glasses down and crosses his eyes. He goes, "You hear that, Dennis? I'm almost human." And I read that and just laughed out loud because I could hear Arnie doing it. But I will say that the guy here, this actor, he really embodies what, I mean, really they both do. When you read the book, like this is who you picture in your mind, these two guys. So, well, the only difference being Arnie, I guess in the book, he starts off with a really bad complexion or something like that. But other than that, it's
he had a little bad fucking acne, and being with Christine sort of like clears it up. I've been looking a little bit on information on the actual original source material, and I know it was like, I think it was like the spirit of Christine's boyfriend that possessed him in this one, and he starts looking more like a greaser as well from the 50s. But
no, of LeBay, of the original owner of LeBay, is supposed that's the book. The book.
Toxic's got it. The Christine is already kind of evil, but it's sort of an unclean spirit, empty vessel.
Yes.
Once this guy starts to obsess on it, he spends all his time fixing it and cleaning it. Then it's sort of born in blood by choking his daughter the way that we see Lee affected when she tries to eat the hamburger. Gee, I wonder why there was no product placement in that hamburger scene. But
Odd.
Yeah. So basically, the car was always going to be a problem, but by the time this guy gets it, he was the worst person to own it. Is he maybe Vietnam trauma? He was a military guy. They say it again in the movie, and he's not able to connect with his own family or anything, and he just spends his time working on his car. He's a gearhead, as we say here in America, and when he dies, and he had a hand in it, obviously, is what the garage owner says. The books. I don't remember if he just dies or not. Like whatever part of him was obsessed with it that was taken over by it, it merges with the car and it's one with the car. And I think what we see with Arnie too is that there's still tiny fragments of Arnie that pop up to the surface for a moment here and there, but not much.
Yeah, because I think because even though he doesn't dress like a greaser from the 50s, he still kind of wears this like a James Dean style jacket, doesn't he? When he starts becoming a little bit more confident and a little bit more
dresses to match the car.
Yeah, and look at Kelly Preston here, man.
Fucking Kelly Preston, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
John Revolting had a great life for a while there, didn't he?
Yeah,
She's
you
a-
know,
picture
well,
of
she
Stephen-
was a
Great
great
beard,
beard,
best beard ever.
best beard ever.
the picture of Stephen King meeting her on set, he looks extremely pleased with the casting. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean,
Uh,
it just makes you wonder. Like, I get Lee Cabot is by Alexandra Paul is supposed to be like this big, but I mean, I would take fucking bombshell Kelly Preston over her
That
any
she-
day of the week and twice on
You
Sunday.
nailed it. Sexy library type chick versus library.
yeah,
lady,
they
but
always
hey,
seem to be. They always seem to be like the ones. Oh, this is the one that has to be the main girlfriend. It's kind of like seen in Ali G in The House, where it goes, now this is my love interest, but I'm going out with someone much fitter in real life. But they do that to make me look more accessible, which means you girls will think I'll born you, even though you're a bit of a minger.
Well, Alexandra Paul goes on to be a Baywatch babe, so she's considered really hot.
Yes.
She just isn't bodacious.
Yeah,
She's
but
got
again,
a more
she
sporty
loses out.
build, would be the way to put it, I guess.
She loses out to freaking Pam Anderson on that show. So I mean,
They're on
she's
at the same
always
time.
second.
They're on at the same time. But yeah, oh, you mean as far as that goes? Yeah, she's second billing. She's also like 35, and Pam is like 22, right? Alexandra
saying,
Paul
like,
could actually do the athletics. I think was. Why
I think
she's on
we'd
there.
all agree that we're going to take the blonde, busty bombshell over the skinny, pretty brunette. I mean, at least I know I would. But whatever.
Depends on who makes the first move. If the skinny brunette is like, and she's still got a pretty great body. We've seen her in a bathing suit. If Alexandra Paul is showing interest in me, I'm not going to take my chances and be like, you know what, I'm not interested. I'm going to take the long shot on Pam Anderson. I'd be like, you know what, you're hot too. Maybe this will make Pam jealous. I know how women work.
I hear you, but I mean, you know, guys that are built like me and you know, are mentally wired like me, I kind of need a chick that's like a little bigger, a little bustier. She can take some damage. She can take a punch. Whatevs, you know, all of that stuff.
We
That's
think we're
kinda what I-
wired on that
Plenty
till
of,
Alexandra Paul hits on you, though, right? I mean, do you see yourself holding
No.
up against that? If she's like, yeah, right, okay, so we're all on the same page here. She's bodacious, and she's the more eye-grabbing one. It's like sort of like when we stood Sydney Sweeney next to Dakota Johnson on the red carpet. Sydney
I'm
Sweeney
still
is
going
just a
Sydney
10
Sweeney.
of 10s, right? But
I'm
standing
still
next to
going
her is the
Sydney Sweeney.
daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith, who is a 9.9 on any day. And hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Sparkles.
Yeah, no, sorry.
I'm sorry I haven't been as active in the chat.
Miss Sparkle, speaking of
Yeah.
bodacious
I know.
bombshells with a great rack that can take a punch, how are you doing today? Doing all right?
Yeah, well, she's just seen the film as well, and hopefully there's some things about this film that don't make sense. Hopefully we might be able to clear some of it up for you. But I do hope you still like this movie as well. And yeah, I agree. I do like it when the car comes together because it's not CGI. It's done for real. You know, they do all sorts of tricks like plastic or whatever, or hydraulic pumps, all sorts. It was.
I think you got a super chat there, bud.
Yeah, have I? Let's have a look. Oh, Stad, let's have a look. Sorry about that. Yeah, thanks for that, Artie. So, people say there aren't good Stephen King adaptations, but this film does a great job of creating an atmosphere, menace, and how shit high school is. Yeah, especially
right.
when we meet this fucking 21 Jump Street style bully with a switchblade later on.
This 21-year-old senior who needs to graduate this year or just gets dropped out of
20
school.
Yeah, this
24
guy's been held
year
back to school way too many fucking times.
Oh, he looks 30. He looks 30, but no,
he
he's
looks
the
40.
only terrible
No,
cat.
he looks 40, but I mean, when we
He
get
looks
to
a lot like Travolta too, but we'll get to
he
that.
looks, yeah, he looks like if
He looks meaner than
Travolta.
Travolta.
True. When I remembered it when I was younger, I thought I got this mixed up with Carrie and thought that was Travolta for a while. So
That's what John Carpenter wanted when he put this
That's
guy in
what
the
he wanted
movie,
when he-
even though he
Yeah.
doesn't fit. He's when the shop teacher and him are like looking each other in the eye. I was waiting for the shop teacher to be like, "Listen, we served in World War II together. You don't have to act this way."
you were my sergeant. Stop acting like this. This
In
little
their
weirdo-
military, it was called a stabs lieutenant, but sure.
this little weirdo this who you really never see again. I think he's like in the library scene maybe, but
Yeah, 'cause
he-
when they're getting
he-
all horny with the fucking watching hair with the eraser and shit, it's
yeah, he's probably got the best line in the movie. It's like, what does he say? He's like, she's a brain, but she's built like a slut. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, well, kids are fucking assholes. They talk like that. But once again, you're seeing the relationship between Ernie and Dennis and his friends as well, and how different he is. And once again, we're getting more of an idea just how awkward Ernie is as well, because he can't open up his locker, but Dennis opens it up later, and then Ernie closes it, and now he can't open it again, which is fucking funny. But you're already getting a lot of like bits put in as well, like Ernie's taking shop class, despite his mum not being so happy about it. But it once again, it does sort of pay off as well, because it becomes something that becomes very
he was the perfect guy to drive past that car and see it. Oh, well, you roboted away for a moment. You might want to repeat the second part of your point.
Yeah.
I thought you were done.
Yeah, she looks smart, but she's got the body of a slut. That's it. That's the line. So yeah, this is where we meet Lee Cabot. Yeah, she's pretty. But she's kind of like the modest pretty, isn't she? She's not like super, TikTok influencer pretty, but obviously
but she also
it's
looks
kind of
way
like Belle,
too old to be in high school. Is the thing. She just as like, dude, she looks like a teacher.
They nailed everybody at about 20 is the ceiling for everyone here. So although you're completely right, because it's consistent and they didn't try to have a few real people in there. Like, compare this to the time we went to the high school in Miami Vice and everybody was 40. I mean, that was ridiculous. And it's like, we stand like Crockett standing over a body of a person older than him by a good deal. It's like, this child didn't have to die. It's like, okay, Sonny, you calm down.
The interesting thing is the guy that plays Dennis, Mr. Stockwell here, he's like eternally had like a baby face. I mean, I know it's mostly the 80s, but I mean, even if you watch, I think it's a couple years later, they do My Science Project. He looks exactly the same haircut, same face, same everything. And ironically, he's a grease monkey in that movie as well. Great movie, by the way.
When you start getting typecast because you look a certain way, when people contact you for a role and they're like, you still look like you did in Christine, you're like, yep. No matter what, until they force you kicking and screaming to change. We see that with a lot of Hollywood people, right?
Mm. Yeah, when they're not feeding off the blood of the young and the innocent. So,
Jack Nicholson disappears for a year and comes back with hair again, right? His hairline just regrows. Back in the 70s, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Rogaine.
Once again, I do like these lines as well as like, yeah, go get it. You got nothing to lose except your virginity. These are very good lines, but
I wonder how many of them are from the book. You know, I like the dialogue is, like you said, it's really good. And this movie is like so short of 2 hours. What is it, 147 or something? Such an efficient movie.
It's really tight.
It's such it doesn't. The thing is, it doesn't feel like you're being like. It doesn't feel like they need to get to 70 minutes and end this thing, and it doesn't feel like it drags. It's like. They could have easily gone another 11 minutes in this movie, but they didn't need to because they do. It's really like the screenplay is so streamlined. It's so efficient. Adding like that, the brother character and a little bit of exposition from Darnell, who owns the garage, gives us everything we needed from like, what is it, about 100 pages of the novel, Lord Toxic? With the previous owner?
I mean, once
we go back to his time, we go from the other guy's point of view for a little while.
Yeah, no, correct. It's an interesting thing where it jumps from first person to third person and then back to first person again. Which the way the mechanism in which they use it is Dennis is a teacher and he's writing in a journal because he's concerned that he may be that Christine is still out there and these disappearances of people who were involved in the inciting incident makes him think, maybe this is the thing. But yeah, the book is a little bloated. The book is
500 pages. Oh God, yeah, more.
526.
I didn't. You really put it in the work, Lord Toxic.
It's in my hand right in front of me right now. So I mean, to be fair.
Well, don't turn on your camera, Jeffrey Toobin. I mean, the book.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that in my brain. I knew it in my brain. I definitely didn't have the book. Nothing to see here.
But it is a good way of like just getting straight to the point as well, because it's more about Ernie and his bitterness and contempt, and just finding this, just seeking solace with this vehicle that somehow brings the best out of him, but also the worst out of him as well.
You ever notice King always wants to put a supernatural entity, like existential threat, whatever, but he always makes time to have some sociopathic bullies. You ever notice that?
Yeah, and the bullies are always kind of the same a little bit. They always have a fucking
They're always
switchblade, and
yeah.
they're always these greasers, aren't they? We've
They're
seen
always
it.
they're always bullies that take it too far. Like when I was in high school, I played football. We bullied people, but maybe we gave them swirlies, and then like you hit them, you tripped them going to go get their books and called them gay or whatever, stuff, good natured type.
Yeah, these
stuff.
are fucking psychos. These
These
bullies.
are all-
Every single bully's a psycho. It is.
They're always cranked up to 11. They always have a switchblade or a gun or
Yeah, I mean, like your student carries a switchblade. You don't turn him over to the police. It's like you've got free jewelry coming to you from the Rock Ridge Police or whatever the hell the name of their town is, because we're not in Castle Rock for once. I'm guessing the guy who owned Christine probably moved there from Castle Rock, though.
Yeah, maybe. I do like this scene because it's very close to the book. The only difference is it doesn't happen in the shop. It actually starts in the shop, and then kind of Arnie kind of tries to make it to the cafeteria, and it happens in the hallway. And when Buddy pulls the knife, Arnie's a little bit less of a pussy as he is in this scene here filmed. He's kind of like, all right, you want to go? Let's go. And he actually, because he sees Dennis is not going to let all of them jump on him. And Dennis actually shows up with like one or two of his football friends. And then everyone kind of starts chanting, drop the knife, which is, again, I could see how that could not be realistic, but it's a much better read. And Buddy kind of doesn't know what to do, whether he should actually drop the knife. Because what if Arnie does beat the shit out of him, or even just get a good punch on him? It's going to be a problem. But I like the fact that like Dennis is a real one, man. He just wades in there and just clocks one of these dudes.
He calls him out as well. It's like you're carrying a knife, he doesn't. That makes you a chicken shit. It's like, yeah, you're fucking right, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he handles it like a fucking pro as well. He doesn't show any fear, even though this guy could probably slit his throat with that fucking thing.
Yeah, no, Dennis is a real one, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's also figured out that the bully has the knife because although he's bigger than everyone else and he's intimidating, it's not like in 9th grade he did something so bad he got charged as an adult and he's back now, to finish school from prison. He's not truly badass. Like if confronted, like this is the trope, like no bully is truly tough. They're actually afraid and insecure. Exactly. And Dennis isn't. And so he's just like, he doesn't even really consider the knife. He's just like, oh, put down your fucking toy and fight me.
Right.
Yeah, he sees him as a poser, doesn't he, really, more than anything?
Does. He comes across, he's like, you might have like naturally big build, but I work out with the football team. I run around the track. I have stamina. If you want to take this to the next level, like you might hit me a little bit, but I'm used to that. And I'll just keep punching you until you can't stand up, like, you chain smoking loser bully.
Right. Dennis is like, I'm 18 and I play sports. You're like 40 and you're a 3-pack a day fucking wackadoodle.
Yeah, he's right. Exactly. It's like I know why you carry that bungee cord. It's not for securing items. You're into some weird stuff, weirdo.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it does kind of make Ernie a little bit weaker and a little bit more, which adds more to his frustration and maybe a bit more to how when he finally gains a little bit of power to get over the people that's always kicking his ass or fucking handing him his ass or humiliating him and making him feel weak. It's like it's kind of like becomes like an addiction to him as well. I
think this is also a typical. This happens like once or twice a week. Maybe not to the point where the guy gets busted, because it seems like maybe this has come to a head. But whenever like they cross paths with Arnie, they go out of their way to give him a hard time. Even the wimpiest kid in school is like, oh, Arnie's here. I'm not going to get beat up. Like people know, like it sucks the life out of the room when he comes in. Like, here comes the bully magnet.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I mean, he does try to be a little brave here as well. It's like, yeah, you're a chicken shit, but you can tell he's shitting himself still.
He has the guts to say it, but yeah, like I get maybe like if that's true courage, like he's overcoming his physical fear. But guys, if you're out there, if you hit the like, I did it before. It turns into a little ghost and like waves its arms at you first. So like the stream while the liking is good.
Yeah. So yeah, oh shit, he steps on his glasses. You don't step on the Ned's glasses, do ya?
Son of a bitch must pay.
Clever. Clever.
He does this look a lot too. This is his look of like total rage.
I know, and he doesn't know what to do with it as well. He still feels helpless. He's angry, he's frustrated, but he still feels helpless.
And he doesn't know what's going on either. He's
Yeah.
mostly, blind to what's going on. He's the glasses to see. So someone could be coming right at him. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
And guys, tweet out that we're live and let your friends know about us.
Yes, please do. I mean, I'm nearly at 1030 subs here at the moment, so it's
Hell yeah.
Way to
nice
go.
going up
You'll be at 2,000 by year's end. And if people watch with the browser tab open for a few minutes to help you with your analytic, that'll really help boost your signal, as will any comments left later. Ask Northern English Bastard a question. I guarantee you he has time to answer. Or at least give you an emoji.
Yeah.
Or a selfie, maybe a naked selfie.
If
Yeah,
you don't have a question, leave him an
We'll have a
emoji.
naked
Anyway.
selfie, why not? So,
Yeah, naked selfies work too. Well, you have mine, so.
yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Nix.
Yeah,
It
that's a
didn't
question.
happen?
Yeah, a ghost. Yeah.
It happened on a stream I did it to earlier. I did like this stream. I'll unlike it and like it again. See what happens.
So
This is a regular snap. I guess it was the YouTube promotion that makes the scary ghost. I'm sorry. I take it back, but you should still like this stream and tell people that it's live.
Yeah. I wish I had that fucking Randy clip of him going, "Oh, it was a spooky ghost with the ectoplasma and all that stuff." I love this teacher as well. I love how he fucking handles them like a pro as well. He's like, he's not this very physically threatening guy, but he doesn't take no shit though. He really doesn't.
It's like, I killed 5 Germans in World War II. I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah,
This guy's probably Congressional Medal of Honor winner.
yeah.
or
It's some of these guys that don't look it who end up being the veterans on that fucking war as well. I love it. It's just
He's like,
And he's
God damn it,
got-
Riverton, you and I served in Nam. What is your fucking problem?
Nom.
Why are you hanging around-
Nom.
Why are you
World
hanging
War
around high
One.
school, for God's sakes, you're 45
Korea.
years old. You're
How
the
about
same age
Korea?
as me.
Yeah, Korea maybe.
But we'll compromise and say the end stage of World War II in Asia.
Yikes, Jesus.
Yeah. I like how
They
he
saw
becomes a bit
combat in
wacky as
August
well.
of 45.
Yeah, I like
They're
how he
part of
becomes a little whiny when he's like, he's carrying a knife. It's like, you fucking liar! I don't have a
He's
knife.
trying to sound like
Liar.
Travolta, I think. I think
Yeah.
they told him to try to affectate Travolta's voice. And wow, does he look like he's ready to play Wolverine too?
Yeah, he does. They made it in the 70s. I think he would be a fucking good Wolverine. He's got the mean looking face and everything. But
You should see what he looks like now. I'll put a picture up.
yeah,
I'll-
he looks. I've just seen it as well. He's
Have
a
you?
lot older and bolder now, isn't he? A little
Fuck
bit
it,
more,
hell, man. He's like ready. He looks like 3 times older than the teacher does here, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So
Then again, these guys were in the 20s and they're all in the 60s now. So he probably is about fucking 80 now.
hey, when I found out that Wilford Brimley was the same age that I am now when he played Cocoon, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
That is insane. Fucking Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop was like in his late 30s.
Right?
Ronnie Cox was in his like mid 40s, I think.
Oh my, they lived.
Look
a
at
rough
Bruce
life.
McGill from when we watched Miami Vice. He looked like he was 40, but only 5 years earlier he had played a college student in Animal House. Albeit he was supposed to have been like someone who didn't bother really trying to get out of college. It was like
Well,
year
to be
7
fair,
for
Bruce
for
McGill-
D-Day.
Bruce McGill made it to 40 and just stayed there like forever.
He did. He really did. But like as D-Day, like you don't really question that D-Day's a college student. Thinking on it, it's like, okay, it was his 8th year of college, but he's like as bad as Blutarsky, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, here's our oldest cast member that we've seen so far. So because the garage owner isn't here yet, is our 40-year-old
it might
shop
be-
teacher.
Yeah, he might be one of the few grown-ups on here who isn't kind of a bit of a dick. I mean, even Darnell kind of has his moments, but he starts off as a bit of a dick himself, doesn't he? Yeah, he just ends up sort of showing
Yeah.
up.
Darnell has a lot more to do in the book. There's a bigger subplot where
There's like some
Yeah.
illegal important dealings. Or
yeah,
some
he
shit
gets
like
he
that,
gets
wasn't
Arnie on the hook to go like, hey, you want to keep using my garage and keep your car safe and get these free parts. I need
gotta
you
go
to-
sell this
it's
heroin.
hinted at. Yeah, to take these non taxable cigarettes across state line or some shit like that. So
You got to commit cigarette piracy, or you're nobody to me. You're probably right. But
I love how he sort of
there's
like,
only a few Chads in the movie. This guy's one of them.
I know. He kind of fucking buckles under the belt once he's like, I'm gonna knock you through the fucking wall. He's like, hey, you don't give me that knife, I'm gonna call the cops. It's like,
Yeah.
and he just does it, doesn't he? Just fucking.
He's like that. Well, it's like that. You know, you could. That was the thing back then, man. Like in the 80s and 90s, if there was, it didn't really matter. Like you didn't lay your hands on a teacher. Like that was like some kind of like the hugest taboo. I know now, like
It was jail.
Oh yeah,
It's
we
jail.
fucking ran
It's jail.
circles around our teachers at school. Yeah, that's how fucking bad education has gotten now.
That's one thing. Yeah, I mean, if he had put his hands on a teacher, like, you know, like, first of all, like, remember, like, he just got busted committing a felony, a couple of felonies, okay? And if he's going to triple up on the felonies, we still aren't at 3 strikes or you're out. But you know what? He's going to have a fun time being a pretty boy in jail for like 8 or 9 years on at least one of those charges if he escalates it. So the fact that people used to get in a lot of trouble right away and we didn't care about your feels, it's like he didn't have the right to bully people and he would have just been thrown in jail.
Right. They sent him up to Shawshank, and then the system got
But he escaped to Maine, where he ended up going to jail. Like I said, the one Stephen King movie I could think of that isn't in Castle Rock.
Yeah,
Made Misery too, maybe, but they're leaving Castle Rock in Misery, right?
Where are they? Yes, where are they supposed to be here?
Yeah, well, they've already
Rockton, California.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
they're not in Maine, are they? Because nobody talking like that, are they? Next thing you know, the UPS guy's fucking your wife. So this is where they're driving around. Obviously, he's feeling a bit shit because it's it's the first day back, and obviously Ripperton has been kicked out, but the others have just got some kind of like little punishment. But this is where they spot Christine, and already it's got a fucking hold of him. Just by looking at it, it's already caught his attention for some reason. That's never explained.
This is both well, I mean, you can infer that the evil of Christine was drawing him in like a honeypot because he's needy and wanting of something, and it kind of sensed out.
She sensed that from afar, because that's what she seems to have. That seems to be the thing that gets these two together. You know, this.
What's interesting is how similar to the book and how different to the book this scene is in the way in which they come upon Christine, the interaction, the dialogue, the plot of it, all the same. The only major difference is here we have LeBay's brother, and LeBay's brother wants to move on so that he could go to the McAllister's neighborhood and shovel and put salt on their driveway for them.
He was going to get a condo. That's right. Yeah. And he does end up in that movie. You're right. You know what? Does the book make it? Does the book make a point of telling us? Because to me, this is what it seemed like. It's it's sexual in a way. Like Christine is putting it out there. You know what I mean? Like just, like they say in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's like putting out the signal. Like Christine is just putting it out there, and even as beat up as she looks,
he's a lonely virgin loser.
He's just looking for it everywhere, and it's magnetism. It's love at first sight. He's like, stop! Like his urgency. He would have bailed from that car while it was moving if he hadn't have stopped at that moment. He was attracted to the car, and in more than just a desire to have an object. This was physical. Bordering on or perhaps outright sexual. He loves this car passionately. He's obsessed, immediately obsessed.
I think Keith Gordon actually mentioned as well that when he was acting, he treated the car like he's a woman. That's why when you see him fix the car and he's sat in the front seat, he's caressing the wheel, like he's cozying up to this car, like he's fucking spooning the car or some shit.
No, Keith Gordon.
He's great.
He
this.
really,
he really sells it. He sells the loneliness, everything. You do feel sorry for him, even when he goes a bit fucking nuts. You do feel bad for him. You kind of want to see him sort of like come back from the darkness, but it's a horror film.
It's a Stephen King story.
He's giving himself up to Christine. The only thing he can hope for is that as few innocent people as possible get hurt, and the body count is already at 2. 3 when we hear about later. We're going to hear that it's actually 4, but we know of 2 that we've seen on camera so far. One guy got his hand bashed in, and one guy died. It's at 1. I'm sorry. The body count. Sorry, okay. Christine, body count at 1.
To my point, as far as how different and similar the scene is, like I said, all that stuff is the same, but this is supposed to be LeBay's brother, and he's saving up money. He's going to sell the car off so he can go shovel, salt, and rescue a little McAllister kid, blah 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 blah. But he is wearing the back brace, whereas in the book it's LeBay himself, and LeBay's brother is actually a white hat. He's actually a good dude. When LeBay dies, Dennis winds up meeting him, the brother, and the brother's actually like, "Listen, man, get your friend away from that car. It pretty much ruined my brother." So it's pretty interesting. I guess you don't want to have as many extraneous characters as you can when you have like a short streamlined movie, and I get it, but I mean I'm not sure I understand the idea of merging the brother and the and the main character. I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense from a narrative sense.
I think it wants to sort of like simplify it a little bit more, not overcomplicate it or bloat.
That character speaks dozens of pages in 1 minute.
Yeah, it's a lot of exposition here.
Yeah, and
it's not painful though.
Yeah, and you do kind of despise him a bit because he's like selling this car knowing that this is going to cause a lot of fucking bad. But it's like, fuck it, I just want the money so I can get the fuck out of here. I've got too many painful memories. I don't care.
Well, it's almost like it's a monkey.
Away from the car. He wants away from the car too. Like it seems like he needs every penny he can to get that. You like something like he's not sure what's going on. Like he knows the car's evil and the house. Like enough bad stuff happened there. The ground might just be sour. He wants the hell away from this place and away from the car. So he's just like a man who's been broken by this, and he's just glad to see Christine go. He's like, oh, $250 if you want. I mean, still a dick. Don't get me wrong.
You can, if you got any dead pets, you can bury them in the backyard in my pet cemetery. That's
exactly. Yeah. He moved here from Castle Rock with his brother.
Yeah, so they sells the car, and Dennis is really trying to persuade him. You know what? You can get a fucking better car for $250, but and he's just not having it. He's like, he's already smitten by this car now. He's like, she's got a hold on him.
My grandfather's 1972 Dodge Dart that was whatever, the same entry level new car from 6 years before the time of this movie was only like $1,900 with every option. So the $250, like he's right, that's like 4 months car payment for a brand new awesome car.
Yeah, shit, yeah. And we do get a bit of information already about the previous owner being dead, but he's still being a little bit vague as well. And and he fucking buys it, and he's like, and there's no bringing it back. You got a deal. So move on, and Dennis does try to talk the owner into not selling the car, and he's like, listen, you don't know shit, something like that. But obviously, he knows his parents aren't going to accept it, so they obviously he's got to take it to Darnell's. It's the only place he can take it down there that isn't too costly or actually free. Yeah, you don't know you don't know half as much as you think you do. So, and yeah, the parents are not fucking happy about this as well. It's like, what the fuck what the hell did you buy? I mean, are you trying to get this house blown up? Everything is And once again, they sort of like throw the frustration out at Dennis as well, like it's his fault. And he was trying his best to fucking tell him, no, I was trying to stop him. But this is where we start to see him start to rebel a little bit more as well. It's like, listen, I do all this thing for you, but let me have this one thing for once. Let me have this one thing.
Yeah, and you can see that, like, there's a selfish side to the overprotectiveness too. It's like, it's not like they just love him so much that they're afraid for him. They also, like he said, it's like, I've done everything you wanted. I stayed out of jail. I did this instead of that. I joined the chess club instead of running track or whatever it is he said that they made him do.
To the family as well, because they didn't want the son to be an embarrassment to them at their clubs or whatever. But, have people gossiping about him and all that other bollocks. So yeah, you do. Once again, you do get more and more into his frustration as well. I mean, he's a repressed guy. He can't get fucking laid. He gets treated like shit. Even his parents just fucking order him about and don't allow him to have a little bit of an opinion or a choice or something. And yeah, it's just he's just frustrated, and that frustration is just going to ends up turning into complete contempt later on. So yeah, you mentioned this in the chat as well, where he asks them to honk the horn, so they could bring the car in, and the crane that crushes Christine does show up later in the shot. So, where is it? See if we can find it. It must be in the
It's
back.
too
somewhere.
bad, though. It's a magnificent horn when we hear it at the beginning of the movie. And my car had a magnificent horn. Those old American car horns were awesome. I think they were tuned to an A.
Yeah. I love fucking Darnell in this as well. He's a miserable old grungy old git, but the actor who plays him, what's his name again? Let's get him on.
I don't know, but he
Robert
looks like
Kosky, that's
Grandpa
That's
from.
him. Yeah.
He looks like Grandpa from the Munsters a little bit. He's great though. He's
does,
so
he
scuzzy.
does. What did he play the grandpa in the Munsters? Let's have a look.
No, I don't think it's Grandpa Al Lewis.
I know, because I mean, it would be really fucking old then, wouldn't he?
No, not really. Grandpa Al Lewis was like, say, like he lived until like 2000. He was on Howard Stern all the time.
Yeah. Back where before Howard. Back
Before,
before
when he was
Howard
funny, before he was a dick, and before we had an
Yeah.
internet or choices, when he was the only person doing anything original.
Yeah. I like the
But
fact he says
it
the
was
same thing the
always this
parents
bad,
say. Well.
folks.
Yeah, I like the fact he says the same thing the parents says. Well, you sold that piece of shit. It's like, I tried my best not to. It's like, yeah, you should have tried harder.
And then we get the exposition. It's like, I knew a guy had a car, looked a lot
Yeah.
like this. It was a real piece of garbage. He deleted himself in the car.
Yeah, he would drink hot water, piss out ice cubes.
Oh, yeah, that was a great line, wasn't it?
No, yeah. And obviously, he's not very happy about this as well. He's just had this fucking car nearly choke him to death for carbon monoxide, and he's wondering why the hell have I just let this idiot with this piece of shit just come into my bloody place? And yeah, it's not a very good start to this relationship as well. They really do not. He does not like this kid at all. He's like, he thinks he just thinks they're another bunch of snot-nosed kids who don't know their fucking asses from their elbows. But later he does sort of like start to sort of soften up a little bit around him when he starts to see just how capable he can be despite his flaws.
He thinks he thinks they're rich kids messing around when he finds out that he's actually poor. Like, they don't develop it fully, but like, if you think on it, he doesn't like him. He thinks he's another rich, spoiled kid, and he doesn't want him, messing around. He doesn't need his business anyway. This is like a do-it-yourself garage for guys who are on a budget. And he gives him like a little talk about like how not to mess around. But then later on, when he finds out that they don't have a lot of money, he's like, I found out that maybe you ain't one of them rich kids. And then he's like, maybe you could clean up around here, do this and that, and I'll throw in a few dollars. And
because
this
it does seem
version
like
of the
he's willing
character,
to work hard, isn't he? He's not willing to just let some other person. He's not willing to take hard work for granted. He is going out of his way to fix this piece of shit up, and he does kind of start to. Oh yeah, this is okay.
he's
so
doing a
he's not
great
like-
job
Yeah,
backwards. He needs
Yeah.
direction. He's fixing it from the outside in. He needs to work in the other way. And I guess implied in the movie was maybe this guy's like, hey, asshole. And he would spit in the floor like 6 times before he finished his sentence. He's like, you need to change the windshield before you change the windshield wipers. All right, you moron.
yeah. He fucking fixes. He changes the windshield wipers before he fixes the window.
The wiper fluid reservoir is working just great, sir. Well, we just need a window. Christine has something to do with his luck scrounging through that pile of discarded car parts.
Yeah,
A
it's
whole
like she's-
door.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's sort of telling him mentally as well what parts to put together, something like that. It's like, and he already knows.
And maybe conjuring up the right parts too.
Yeah, and he already knows a little bit about it because he's been doing shop class, hasn't he? Which is which most students probably should do as well, so they can get a good
Yeah, but
fucking
this is
training.
not a modern car. It's got no computer. Everything about this car is analog. While the brakes and steering might be beyond someone, you could, and I did this as a 20-year-old, so you could like rehabilitate and upgrade the performance of the engine by taking out the spark plugs. It was highly user serviceable, and you see under the hood when we see Christine, until he puts the chrome aftermarket engine parts in, there's plenty of space to work. This was a mechanic's car. It was meant to sit up on the fender and reach down underneath that engine. You could do anything with this car. It had a big, huge engine compartment.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. E, thanks for joining the chat, and Demon Knight as well. And oh yeah, we're going to be doing that next week for Bastards Breakdowns. And I am. Oh, is it? Yeah, and I think on Halloween night I'll be releasing an edited video of it as well, because I wasn't going to do a Bastard Breakdown, but Jill was like, derivative Jill was like, yeah, we should do that. I was like, okay then. So keep a lookout. So yeah, back to Christine, and I do like this moment as well where he's going, what is it about that car? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I found someone that's more ugly than I am, and I can fix her up. And you know, he gets a little bit of banter. It's a very sort of a sweet moment between friends that's very honest and very realistic, where he goes, hey, you're not ugly. Queer maybe, but not ugly. And it's kind of like the last moment we see of them actually just being really sort of like normal friends, giving each other shit. And once again, they sell the chemistry. I buy the fucking friendship. These are John Carpenter picked some really good actors for these. I think he was going to have Kevin Bacon in this role as Dennis, but Dennis had already opted out to do Footloose.
There's a real strong resemblance.
Yeah, he's kind of got a little bit of Kevin Baconish esque thing about him. So
I had to look at him for a moment. At first blush, I was like, "Is it?" No, like it was like a momentary.
But
their Travolta guy is I was like, "Oh wow, it's Travolta, and he's expanding his range here by not only doing a New York voice." And then, thank you to Emperor Godwin, who told me, "No, that's like some other dude." So they're banking on what happened in Carrie, and they're banking on the kind of bang that people got back from The Shining. This one is a better movie. This is the perfect book to have John Carpenter make a movie of. John Carpenter's The Shining would have sucked, and Stanley Kubrick's Christine might not have been too good either. But this was the right matchup.
They're both very completely different filmmakers.
And this guy's leaning into Spielberg.
You mentioned John Carpenter. Apparently, this was just something he was just doing as a job. You know, it wasn't a project he was that enthusiastic about doing. You know, it was something he needed to direct as well, just to have something to direct, because he had already done the thing a year before, which had flopped, sadly. You know, but now, thankfully, people years later are appreciating what a masterpiece that fucking movie is. So, yeah, Flashing Fred. I think what makes Christine a classic is how it feels like a masculine version of Carrie. High school outcast, bullied by the popular kids, becomes possessed by a supernatural force. I kind of don't disagree with you here. I mean, it is about a dweeby nerd who starts to rediscover his masculinity in a very, very... which progresses into something more extreme and dangerous. So, yeah, there is something like that. While Carrie was more about her finding her femininity, but it ends up going into a pretty violent direction. So this is where Darnell is starting to realize that, yeah, he's like, look how cockeyed he works. You know, he got brand new windshield wipers on a busted windshield. And every fucking line from him just cracks me up. He's such a miserable old... I can't but love it.
Yeah, and then the other guy's just like, you know what? You're right. Like, he has no clue. And there's the rear view mirror that screws into the dashboard on top of the car. And he's like, yeah, you're right. He's got no clue about how to work, but he's good at when he does. When he fixed that stuff right that he's fixed. Yeah, it was not. He's working out of order. I guess he's also working on, like, if you think about it, Christine with her ego, she wants the cosmetics done first.
Yeah, the vanity of women. But you already see that he's losing his dweeby clothes. He's looking a little bit more dirty as well, working on the car. He's still got the dweeby haircut, but he's not wearing the glasses now. So we've already seen a little bit more progress into his character.
He committed to those 70s contact lenses.
Yeah. But yeah, Darnell, he does kind of give the character a little bit of heart here as well. He's like, listen, I know you're out of your skin and you're not got money falling out your ass, but if you sort this place out a little bit, you know, like little things, putting the toilet roll on the little spooges, whatever, take out the trash, you can collect anything you have here, and Yeah, and it's actually kind of one of the few little moments of where there is a bit of humanity amidst all the meanness. And he
This
does
is the
it.
only father figure we see
Yeah.
being kind to him. His own father is not mean to him. He doesn't talk to him. The mother is the one who's more henpecking him. The father just silently there, lending validation to it. But, this is the only, like, the shop teacher does protect him, but, like, obviously he can't keep things from accelerating in this movie. But this guy here, like in his one moment of humanity, he hit his head coming out of the bathroom or something, and for a minute he's nice and reboots him into a nice person, and he says a few kind things. This is the only mentoring we see aside from his friend trying to keep him on the right path, and as equals, he can't really be a mentor. So this is his only mentor. His life's that bad.
Yeah. I know, and he kind of goes back to being a bit of an asshole where he offers him the job and is like, okay, I'll think about it. And he's like, well, don't think too much or throw it on your fucking ass.
But then he does throw in, you know what, but maybe I should give you some money if you take it, because he realizes his terms are too. To both, like Arnie is now got some game, because normal, like Arnie from like 15 minutes ago was like, okay, sir. This one's like, maybe that's not worth my time.
Oh. So,
The change is underway, right?
Yeah, so he's seen his potential as well, but once again, the car sort of draws him back in as well. Just that look on his face there as he looks at the car and he stops fixing and he just starts caressing it and he doesn't feel alone. He's like, he's not been getting women, but now he's feeling real loved here. He's caressing everything. And look at it, he sells the fucking sadness. You just feel sorry for him a little bit here.
And he's got a blanket on top, and he's got a strategically placed blanket to make sure that he doesn't scratch the hood when he leaves the tools there. He's taking all the extra care, and yeah, you're right. He plays it like he loves it, and I think maybe Christine is affecting him when he's having the negotiation and strengthens his resolve, because it's like the original Arnie would have, like, knuckled under for the worst deal, and he holds out, he hesitates, he does a couple of moves there to negotiate, and like earns a little bit more respect from Darnell, who's like, you know what, the kid's a lot different than I thought. He's not a rich kid, and you know what, he's good with the mechanical stuff, and I just tried to put one over on him, and he went toe to toe with me. I respect this guy. He's got some game. He's got some scrappy gearhead game.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, and I think Slasher Fred has made a good point as well. I think that the movie plays on the consequences of addiction, whether it's drugs or alcohol, and they give the user the belief that they give them confidence. And yeah, you can sort of see that because he does become addicted to this car as well. It becomes to the point where he starts becoming just removed from everyone else. Like even at the end where he says, this is to all the shitters. Like, who's the shitters? All of them. Like, he just becomes completely removed of any human empathy. I think the only time we see him quite sad when Christine kills someone is Darnell. He still looks like he kind of cuts the bullshit and actually looks a little bit concerned.
It's the only person who's been like the only adult who's been fatherly to him.
So yeah, we're back to Lee's little shits trying to get Lee to the fucking dance and everything. And yeah, I love the lines. He says, "God, I'd never wanted to be in a razor so bad, you know." But come on, Kelly Preston's looking for it, but I don't know. I kind of think of Beauty and the Beast, where Gaston has these like 3 triplets who want to bang him and do a fucking orgy with him, yet he's more concerned with Belle because she's the one that doesn't want him. So I think that's why
playing hard to get.
Yeah, we want what we can't have. That's kind of our fault sometimes. Yeah, so obviously they get him to ask her out, and he's like a little bit concerned. And you, then teacher.
The sexless woman shuts down the juveniles trying to do a little bit of courting, and both women are using their sexual or using their feminine wiles, because like the way she's that is one happy pencil in Alexandra Paul's hand and mouth.
Yeah. So yeah, and he's doing not a bad job as well. He's got some confidence, even though it's a bit awkward, and she's not looking at this guy thinking, "Oh my god, is this guy trying to pick me up?" No, she's smiling. She's actually being very friendly.
It's played right.
But she's I've got a date.
You know
And
what?
you can tell yeah.
So the hole in his game is because he's only ever had to ask, and everyone said yes. Like Kelly Preston's like, come on, please, just ask me to go behind shop with you, and you'll see some things that like you've never seen before. And this chick's just sitting there, and she's like, she's a little bit coy, and like I just think that it's not that he lacks confidence. It's just that he's never been turned down. It's just like he's batting 1,000 for like the 6 or 7 years that he's been like dating chicks. Because characters allegedly like 17.
Yeah, I like the fact he looks a bit nervous as well because she doesn't come across like this other girl who's willing to drop her fucking knickers the moment someone gives her attention. No, she's actually one that's going to be a bit of a challenge, and it sort of like does kind of make him nervous a little bit. So, so if there's a sequel to Christine, would it be titled Christine Repossessed? Yeah, someone failed to pay the fucking tax or whatever on Christine, so the government came in and just took her away. So, yeah, that's the end of that. So.
Could you imagine what it would do to in the government impound yard? I want to see that movie now.
Yeah,
the sequel to Christine is called Cars, guys.
If it means causing chaos to the government, I'm all for that. So yeah, they made a fan one in 2000, The Revenge, and was talking for a reboot. While Stephen King was thinking of a sequel, Christine Lives.
Of course he was.
Yeah, let's leave the sequel alone. Sometimes just one
This story ended well. First of all, we proved that like this was the best movie you could carve out of it by making that beginning enhances Christine's evil by a great deal. And we're thinking of her as evil for a good 20 minutes before she comes back on screen. So that was great. And this is a very efficient screenplay. They couldn't have done it better. This is the best Christine movie that could be had. And Stephen King should just shut up. And rest your thumbs too. You Twitter maniac.
Write your book. Stop celebrating some fucking conservative write your books. Stop celebrating people getting killed just because they're conservative.
You spent 9 years saying you're going to be taken away for your freedom of speech. You're still here yapping. No one's come to do it. Shut up.
I know. And we can see he's really changed here as well. He's got the smart top underneath. He's got the smart top, everything. He's combed his hair a bit more different. And it's obvious that they've not been hanging out for a while because he's been so obsessed with his cat. And obviously he's banging Lee beyond
and you know what it is?
Oh, no, he's not banging her because she doesn't put out. She's not that kind of chick, is she?
Has the football injury happened yet? The football injury also takes Dennis out of the movie for a little while.
Yeah, I think we still go a few months later, but time has already... enough time has passed just now as well. So, yeah, it's got a running errand for Darnell, but we all know why. And this is where his parents are starting to realise, like, ever since he got that car, something, he's just changed. And so it does make Dennis a little bit curious as well, which leads him to actually sneak into Darnell's as well.
Who is this chick playing the mom here? She looks so familiar to me.
She looks a lot like Diane Wiest, but she's not. I Googled her, and I didn't recognize the name. When I saw her, I kept thinking it's Diane Wiest from Parenthood, but it's just not. It's probably someone we've seen in other Carpenter. Thank you.
Christine Belford, that's her.
We probably saw her in other Carpenter movies.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's have a look.
I think she's good in this. Her performance as the mom is good. And at this point, she's broken through that superficial person. Like, at this point, like, the actual mother in her is waking up. She's concerned about Arnie, and she's ready to be embarrassed now, too.
I know. And she's not only that, she's just found out who owned the car as well. And it does make her a bit more concerned about Arnie. And, it makes Dennis a little bit worried as well because something must not be fucking right about this car.
And she trusts Dennis, whereas she didn't just moments earlier.
Yeah, it's like because he's the only one who's been like his best friend as well. It's like okay, it's like I don't like you. I think you're a bad influence, but right now he's got a worse influence on him, and you might be the lesser of the warring evils. As far as
she might even be realizing that it's not evil at all to want to hang out and have a good social life, and that she's made a few mistakes. This has brought out qualities in everyone. Arnie's become very OCD, and Dennis is now like he's developing almost a guardian angel sort of complex here, where he's like, you know what, this is going to be a mess.
Yeah, I
but
gotta
I'm not
help
gonna
my friend out, don't I?
I'm going to help my friend out die trying, which is great.
I know. This is where this is where we found out about old man Marley and about what the car did to his brother and how it caused the death of his daughter and eventually the unalive method with his wife and how it's just kind of pretty much destroyed him. So yeah, it's all exposition on just
And
how
he's
bad
slightly
Christine is.
afraid of the car.
Yeah.
It's implied he's slightly afraid of the car. And again, John Carpenter and his screenwriter, they have saved us like 40 more pages of the book. The book is a good book. The thing is, like, we're inside the head of this invented character's brother. Or if this character's in the book, he's just in it for a moment. This character has taken over the role of other characters in the story. And I think that the way that they get so much out of the way so efficiently and make it believable, true testimony to both performances and Carpenter's direction as well as the screenplay. And you know Stephen King is on the other end of the phone like, no, it needs to be you have to release this as a trilogy. You know, like the guy is pedantic. So, you know, great job.
Yeah, and he says this word as well. If any shitter ever came between him and Christine, and he says this a lot as well, like to all the shitters, you know, Ollie, you're a shitter, everyone. It kind of becomes this thing that becomes something
He picks up on the former owners. Yeah, he picks up on the profanity and weird religious stuff that was going on in the mind of the former owner too. Because doesn't he call someone a sinner?
I think so. I don't know if it was on here anyway, but yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's when she almost chokes on the hamburger and tells him that she's freaked out and hates the car.
I know, and it's not only that; it's like finding out, like even when he tried to get rid of the car, it came back. So he's already finding out more information that this car is might actually be, you know, alive or actually thinking.
It's got like it's got like a primal awareness, and then when George like merges with it, like here's the thing: if it gets Arnie, it powers up again. Every owner it consumes is a power up. That's my assumption. That's the way the movie's making it feel.
Yeah, because Christine seems to need Arnie to repair her, but after she starts becoming a bit more fully functional again, she's able to repair herself. You know, so I'm guessing, yeah, like.
And faster
Maybe
faster.
When she has no one, she becomes depressed and is unable to sort of regenerate or fix herself, something like that. Like she hasn't got, like she needs someone to love to power her.
You know, Northern English, I hadn't.
Does Christine care for Arnie? Does she actually care about him, or is she exploiting him?
You've just given me a whole new thought on this movie. Is she maybe partly a vampire? You know what I mean? Like, because the more he obsesses on her, the stronger she gets. She can self-repair faster and faster as the movie goes on. I don't know how much they're trying to make us see this, but she can she's repairing faster as the movie goes on. It might be the movie's pacing. The one difference from the book here is I think the odometer only moves forward, but in the book, the car's odometer takes miles off itself, like the way a lady lies about her age.
I think they mentioned that in the movie too. I'm not 100% sure, but
they say that they don't think that the overall odometer is accurate. Is what they say when he's like, it's got 64,000 miles on it, Arnie. It's probably more like 164,000 or something close to that. Yeah. And that's probably true. In the book, when you're driving, like she tries to pull, she drops a few miles off. She's always going to be 39, no matter what you say.
Well, ironically, just like a woman, the thing thrives off of the attention that it gets. So the more attention, the more time and the more energy and all this kind of stuff that you give the car, just like a woman, she kind of just feeds off of that.
Yeah,
and that's how the car gets stronger.
If Spielberg did this, if King did this again today, the car would be like Car from Knight Rider, an evil, unrestrained male ego.
It would be a President Trump car, and it needs to be destroyed, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be orange.
Yeah. I like when he tries to get into the car as well. It plays Little Richard, "Keep on knocking, but you can't come in." It's like I like the choice of songs in this as well that he uses.
They're from the former owner's heyday and about the
Yeah.
time of the building of the car.
Mm. So yeah, this is where we come to the football play as well. So yeah, and obviously there's a unseen cameo from Bobby Boucher from Waterboy, and he's probably the one that injured him later on because he was mocking his fucking mum or some shit. Like, I'm the Waterboy, got the wooden spoons, dude.
As an American, let me just say that formation always had that guy doomed. I don't know what the coach was thinking, and it's like as a Jet fan, I've seen this sort of ineptitude a lot of times. But that's as far as I want to go about the football. Very real though.
Yeah, so we got the overage 21 Jump Street bullies they're hanging around in the bleachers, aren't they, pretending to be students. And this is where they see Cunningham with the car, and hey, isn't that the dude that got me suspended? And he's looking all suave now with this kind of hot chick who's not as hot as Kelly Preston, but still would. Is that Ernie Cunningham? And this is where I realize, yeah, no wonder she fucking dumps me. She's with that prick who happens to be my friend. Shit. And yeah, he's getting a bit suave now as well. He's got these smart little jackets on, everything. He's kind of going a bit James Dean-like. He's combed his hair a bit more different. It's less dorky. And yeah, he gets badly injured. And yeah, football career is over. So yeah, he goes to see him. It's November now. So it's a good bit of time has passed as well. And it kind of... It never feels like his progression from awkward dweeb to confident psycho is rushed either. It's like, no, a lot of time has been happening and it's been slowly consuming him, but also, changing him.
I agree. To our perception, it seems kind of quick, but the movie does a really good job with the football injury, which is built into the book, of showing us just how much time passes, and they're faithful to that. So the fact that we don't see him like having like a continuous obsessive fits or breaking down and crying like we would in a modern movie, the time frame has still moved based on like now it's football season, so Americans are familiar with that. We're getting into the school year. Like September was a long time ago now. This is getting towards like Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Yeah, and I'm like, shit, he must have been a really good fucking quarterback because they haven't won a game since he got injured. And
well, that always makes you feel good, right? You wouldn't want you wouldn't want to get hurt really bad and be laying up in traction and then find out they went to the fucking state, finals and stuff like oh shit.
It turns out that Marino kid had something going on.
Yeah, they have Nick Nolte hire some fucking adult players for your fucking school game or some shit like that.
I think I like this better. In fact, I know that I do like this compression, this time compression better because it moves in the book. It sort of meanders around. At this point, at the Thanksgiving portion, Dennis has been, out of the hospital and kind of on his feet a little bit, albeit with crutches and a brace and things like that. And he's hanging out with Arnie at his house, and they're kind of doing up, or Arnie's at his house. I can't recall which, but it doesn't matter. And they're kind of doing Thanksgiving together and watching the game and having a few beers. And it doesn't go like this, tight compression they have. You can see that John Carpenter really learned his lesson from Halloween because nothing really happens in Halloween. It is a short film in and of itself, but I mean, there's a lot of just the way they
drags a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, because I remember when I did a stream on Halloween, and there was times where there were big gaps where I wasn't saying anything because it was just a lot of like nothing happening. It's more suspense, isn't it? It was mostly just build up. Yeah. So yeah, it's obviously they have this little back and forth, and it's like, hey, so you managed to pull this the hottest chick who's not Kelly Preston. Yeah, you lucky dog. And it's like, yeah, I'm the best at it. I'm a fucking player. Me, you didn't think I had it in me, did you?
Yeah, well, getting her is one thing, keeping her is another.
I know. Oh yeah, he learns that the hard way as well because he starts becoming a bit of a fucking asshole towards her as well, and she's not that type of girl who will tolerate it. Unlike Kelly Preston. I mean, Kelly Preston would have
loved it. Yeah, she would have loved him for it for sure.
Yeah, so obviously more about the car as well. He's seen how all the hard work is put towards the car, and he's even told his parents he'll drop out of fucking school if they don't let him keep the car. And it just goes to show that he's asserting more control over them a little bit more as well. And he's becoming more contemptful towards his parents. And he says this line as well. Do you realise that yeah, ever occurred to you that the part of being a parent is to kill your children? I mean, it's kind of. I mean, he becomes much more chilling as well, and this is where you start to see a little bit more of Christine becoming a bit of a homicidal, jealous bitch as well. It's
Well, I do like that little monologue. It's pretty much ripped right out of the book, and it's a way of saying that parents don't want to allow you to grow up because it involves them acknowledging that they are in fact aging.
yeah, it
And when
says
they
that as well in this film. So
Yeah, and when they do that, and I'm paraphrasing, but when they do that and they just go, they just want to kind of live their lives, the things that they screwed up, they want to live through their kids. You have like the failed athletes trying to get their kids to be athletes, or you have the
yeah,
failed
especially the showbiz kids with the
showbiz kids.
with the
Yeah,
pushy
facts.
parents. I know. You know,
So,
the kind of parents that will allow their kids to be violated in order for them to get a role. It's
Yeah.
it's insane.
so this
Obviously-
scene right here is a kind of hodgepodge of two different scenes that happen in the book where there is an incident at the drive-in, but there's also and it is with the burger and things like that. And then there's another incident where they like pick up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker tries to help as opposed to just a random good Samaritan, and fucking Arnie almost like breaks the guy's jaw, just out of control because he thought the dude giving her the Heimlich maneuver was, trying to like make a move on her or something like that or whatever. But I mean, it's still very well done. I mean, you get the gist of what's going on here. But I like what Teague said earlier, where it's like, yeah, they made sure not to have a Wendy's wrapper or a McDonald's wrapper on that burger. She's just got it wrapped up in tinfoil, and hey, if it's the drive-in, you don't have to sneak stuff in. You can just throw it in the back seat. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I kind of like that as well. I mean, so he almost goes to break the guy's jaw because he's performing the Heimlich maneuver on her. So, but here he doesn't, obviously. So, but yeah, she's obviously getting a bit funny as well. Yes. So,
To be fair, they had not started putting the signs about the Heimlich maneuvers in American restaurants until like 5 or 6 years later. So, like, it's very possible no one knew what he was doing.
yeah. So, yeah. Well, yeah. So this does add a bit more context to this scene as well, to why he starts getting a little bit fucking frustrated. So apart from Christine possessing him, of course, why he gets frustrated when he tries the Heimlich maneuver.
There's a case that he's ignorant to what the Heimlich maneuver is, and it just feeds his anger because it's like, I don't know about where Lord Toxic is, but where I am, like, there's a sign in every restaurant. It's like, if someone starts choking, like, grab him from behind and, like, do this maneuver. And, like, that had only started happening maybe 2 or 3 years after this movie, like mid-'80s, you start hearing about it. It's like, have you ever seen someone choking in a restaurant? You can make a difference. And, like, there was an awareness campaign.
Yeah, I think that this is that. What is that? What's that word where it's chronologically impossible? What's that word?
Lack of continuity.
But there's like a specific word for it where
anachronistic.
That's the word. Where because if this really is 1970 whatever, I don't
79.
I don't think they had the Heimlich maneuver then.
It exists, but it's not like public. Like that guy knew. Like, here's the thing: we see the people in the other car are leering at Arnie and her the whole time, and the movie goes out of its way. Like, these people, like, they're looking out. Everyone in the other car is looking at either no one can take their eyes off Christine because it's such a beauty, which is weird because at 20 years old, there's a lot of 20-year-old cars on the street today. So it's just weird. Maybe the price of gas is what got this thing off the streets and we didn't see them so quickly. But everyone's staring at, like, either he's acting so weird or there's something just compellingly evil about the car. These people paid for a movie and they're staring at Christine and they're staring at him even when there's nothing going on. We see the people in the other cars are staring at Christine. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and I think Leah's already started to wonder that there's something up with that car a little bit as well, because she almost tries to get a little bit horny with him, but then she shrugs off his advances. She walks out in the rain, and you can sort of see the look on his face is like, no one fucking strikes me down here. No one rejects me. So he's been going out with her for a while, but she knows he's been going out with her for a while, but she knows that something's off with him a little bit as well, and he's obviously trying to sweet talk her back into it a little bit. And the car's fully got him. The car has fully got him. It hasn't fully turned him full on psychotic, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and the progression it takes on him does actually feel organic. It doesn't feel rushed or flippant or anything. It actually feels like there is a natural progression to his dark, to how he progresses into this psychotic, obsessive.
Yeah, he's still like, it's looking bad, but it looks more like he's got a defensible hill and some understandable doubt. It's just like, come on, baby, my car's not alive and trying to kill you.
Yeah, she's still kind of confused as well, but at the same time, she wants to believe that everything's all right here a little bit. And she just hits the car, but she gets frustrated. She starts hitting the car, and he starts really getting pissed off and is like, don't hit the car. And she's like, what, you don't like me slapping your girl? And he kind of becomes a little bit pathetic as well. It's like, nobody likes my car these days. So he goes outside.
It's
obviously.
true. I forgot about that line. You're right, though. Yeah, it's like, I don't get why no one likes my car. And it's like, oh,
why does no one like my car? My car's not bad. What did it ever do to you? But the light comes on and she starts choking, and it's pretty fucking intense as well.
Yeah, and this is not a very gory or very, there's no gore, and it's just all her acting. And like we said, like the curse count was cranked up just to make it into an R movie. And this, the doors that won't open, like in older cars, when you pulled up on the inside door handle, it automatically unlocked it anyway. Like they popped right up.
Yeah, and the fact that it's Christine means that is not going to be the case.
And this guy is just like, he was an EMT, thank God, right? And
I know,
also, he likes cars.
He's a trooper as well. He goes in, he just Heimlich maneuvers her, she spits it out, and he doesn't know what's happening. He thinks he's attacking her, and she starts frustrating. It's like that car was trying to kill me. It's like it was, and he's trying to sort of talk her back into his good graces, but eventually she's not accepting it. It's like, well, you didn't. I didn't. Sorry. Fucking brain's gone a little bit. Sorry about that. It's like, well, I could have done that. It's like, yeah, but you didn't. It's called
streamer brain. Don't worry about it. It happens to us all, my friend.
Yeah, she's saying something like the car stalls every time they start making out everything, and it is dawning on something's up with that car. I mean, because what other car is acting like that? And what does he do? He acts like a total dick and says, I just think you're sexually frustrated. But she just tells him to piss off.
And by the way, that's not a line Arnie had in him earlier in this movie. He's now becoming a bit crass.
Yeah, he's becoming a proper fucking overconfident asshole as well. He's like not giving a shit.
Like, this girl is the finest chick in his high school. Everybody wants her. She's dating the high school loser. Maybe because she had no context when she meets him. He's like mid-transformation. And now he's a total maniac who dresses to theme with his own car. I mean, he's really, at this point, he's not totally off the rails, but he's starting to jump off the tracks. He's not going to negotiate this next turn in life.
No, he isn't.
I think this car might be kit bashed.
Yeah, and it does start to really take a turn as well when Rapiton comes in with his cronies and they start smashing up the car while he goes out. And then
all I could think of was Grease Lightning from Grease, because he looks so much like Travolta. I was like, oh man, there's like, this car is hydromatic, demonic.
It's Christine Lightning.
Yeah, or like like singing some Ozzy song about the devil to it, and I mean, this is something though. They do a lot of strategic cuts so they don't have to bash up the hero car, and we destroy a couple of cars that look like they might have already been junked a little bit, but we trash the car convincingly, and I was a little bit upset for the car, except that I knew it would fix itself, I wish my cars would do. But it was a good scene.
Yeah, because I mean, do you ever kind of feel sorry a little bit for Christine a little bit, because I don't know, it's like you don't know whether to feel sorry for the car or be scared of this car. It's but they don't
In this
give Christine
situation, the car is innocent.
Yeah. Like, does Christine know what she's doing is bad, even though she's evil? I mean, does she not know?
Not to them, but she knows. I think like it's no longer just Christine is now also includes the first owner, so I don't know if like it hasn't raised to cognizance. It's like animalistic and demonic is my impression. But like as you see, he's dressing to match it, and the way they went after the car too, like slashing up even the seats, like the loving cosmetics that he put into it, the stuff that he knew how to do, like the bashing up Christine's grill, that's bad, but like messing up with the seats and the cosmetic parts of the car that make it so beautiful, that hurts the car's ego.
Exactly, yeah. And you can see the way he caresses the car as well. Like someone's just mutilated his pet cat, something like that. And when she touches the car, he just snaps as well. And is like, listen, you have no right to touch the car, right? That car is 10 times more than you're worth. And I think this is like the final straw for her with him as well, because because he is acting like a fucking maniac. He really is. And we found out a little bit more that's a bit insulting as well, because when the mother says, we'll try and get you another car, and he's not having it, it's like, we need to think about this rational. And it's like, one of them took a shit in my car. How is that rational?
And he's just blown it with Alexandra Paul, who's like a really good looking chick who like digs him. Like she's in your marry zone, you know what I mean? And he's just like, he's sort of like, the transformation is now fairly complete, and like there's not much left of the person who couldn't take out the garbage the right way. He is just raging now.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's starting to have
everyone. He was ready to blame everyone. You wouldn't let me park my car in your overcrowded garage because it'll embarrass you. And he's like full on doesn't give a shit about what he does to his family either anymore, and even threatens his fucking dad. It's he's really gone over the edge now. I mean, of course, buying a new car is not going to help, because that car is not Christine. It's like when you've had that woman who you've got your heart set on, and she fucking knocks you back. Nothing's ever going to compare to it. He's simping over a car. That's what he's doing. But he knows he can still fix it up. But Dad tries to sort of put him in his place a little bit as well. And yeah, he gets really hostile, and he looks like he could actually kill his dad. He almost kills him and laughs about it. He's becoming more.
Yeah, this is when I wondered if it was the mom's boyfriend. I'm like, wow. Like the father, I don't know if he has any lines in this movie.
That's the only line he has, I think.
I came up with another Shining parallel really quick. It's Plymouth Fury, right? So we again have an invocation of what I call the Guardians, the Native Americans, with Plymouth Rock and Fury. So like maybe this is the anger of, like whatever that we see represented in some of his stories.
Yeah. So this is the car like Lou does a potato. It's like that potato means a lot to me, So I think Inside Man said it's one of his least favorite John Carpenter movies. Well made, but just a director fire. I do kind of agree that it does feel like a movie that happens to be directed by John Carpenter, while his other films actually do feel like John Carpenter movies. But I do still like this. I mean, the chemistry between the cast is really well done. I mean, it's well written, even though it's changing a lot from the book. But it is really compelling as well. It is you are invested in the characters and the strenuous relationship the car inflicts on them.
It's far more faithful than The Shining. So Stephen King is at least in the loop on the making of this one. So the streamlining of the movie still includes the elements from the book. They're glossed over or mentioned. It's like, did you know his daughter died in the car? And that's just something that they throw at you in the middle of the movie. So it was important for them to get in there that the car had this history of tragedy. But like you said, like it's really well. John Carpenter, like not having this be a John Carpenter movie may have made him the perfect director for this Stephen King book. This is the Stephen King book for him to be the director of. I can't say it enough, you know.
Yeah, and I still like the score of it as well from John Carpenter because
does a great job. He does a great job, and like when he called up Stephen King, I guess Stephen King had been through it with Kubrick, where Kubrick was like, they're like, sir, Stephen King's on the phone again. It's like, fuck him. And he just made his own movie. And there's all sorts of things with The Shining that Stephen King isn't happy with. And this person was at least listening to him. I mean, I'm sure sometimes he had to put the phone in the desk and walk away. It was Stephen King, but like a lot of what he wanted made it into the movie for a change.
No, because I mean, Stephen King's there. Yeah, because he doesn't seem to realize that what happens in the book and movies is a completely different thing. I mean, because he did a faithful remake of The Shining, the miniseries.
People hated it,
and it was crap. It was really boring. While Kubrick just changed a lot and made it more ambiguous, and it was all the better for it.
I get the fact that you want to protect the thing. I could see, like, you know, I've seen good adaptations, Justified. I've seen bad adaptations, Will Trent. You know, and you know, it comes down to the fact that you should want to protect your, you know, what you created. I get that, but I think King just really had that coke head mindset, and he just was like overly paranoid about shit that didn't really even matter, and he was worried about details. Because I mean, like you said, that 1997 or 96 adaptation TV miniseries of The Shining is garbage.
When the Statman Crothers character dies, it lends a lot more to the movie. And, you know, Stephen King is his own worst movie maker. He's not writing a movie pitch in the movie and the book. I think we've now all come to the point where we accept, like, this is a movie of the book, not the book as a movie.
And ironically, though, he can do it when he wants to, because he wrote Sleepwalkers as a screenplay. And that's pretty good. I mean, there's no like, oh, it's not like the adaptation. You know, the adaptation.
It is a funny movie, Sleepwalkers. It's funnier than it makes itself out to be. I mean, the guy gets his hand ripped off, gets chased, and he's like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, exactly.
But then on the other side of the coin, we have Maximum Overdrive is a success. I'm trying to think of one of the ones where being too faithful to him kind of destroyed it. There's one or two of them out there where they're like, we're going to make this just like his book. And it's like, man, you know what? Reading about that was a lot more interesting than watching someone wordlessly play it out on screen.
Yeah, on Nadia's channel last month, we did The Institute. And it in a lot of ways, it was extremely faithful, but it was just boring and stupid. And it just doesn't, you have to find a way, like, Luke, what's that director that did Dr. Sleep? Even though I know you didn't really care for Dr. Sleep, I thought most people.
Yeah, I thought it was well directed. I think there was some things that I did like, but I can't remember if it's Mike Flanagan or Walt Flanagan.
It's Flanagan. No. You're right. It's Flanagan, and most people consider that to be a really good adaptation. Yours truly included, and I think it's one of those situations where, you know, it's really a thankless and difficult task to try to adapt it. In that situation, he had to adapt a book that was a written sequel of another book that was turned into this great movie, and somehow kind of hodgepodge mix all of those things together. And I thought he did a really well, you know, good job for that. And there's successes. Dolores Claiborne is a good adaptation.
That's a good one.
Misery is a great adaptation. Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, Stand By Me, like that. Those are all really good. And then of course there's, you know, abominations like the Langoliers or Tommyknockers. I mean, although and
the little girl.
Firestarter's not, and I'm talking about the '84 Firestarter. A Firestarter's not in and of itself a great adaptation. It is a really good one, and it's a fun movie, and I do enjoy it. And George C. Scott does play quite the menacing character, and you know, and then we've got Martin Sheen, you know, Charlie Sheen's dad. And I thought, you know, little Drew Barrymore is pretty precocious as the, you know, as the protagonist and stuff. So I mean, it can be done. I think
Also,
this movie
Emilio Estevez's uncle, I think.
apparently it can be done. I think this is done very well. I think the music in these scenes really speaks to, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you have to realize what we're watching. We're watching a movie based on a book of a haunted car, a killer car that comes to life, you know, much like a killer lamp coming to life and chasing the couple around the, you know, the bedroom or something. You know, it's like he's able to imbue all this menace and supernatural, you know, fear into this thing, which it really shouldn't work, but strangely it does. And you know, I mean, because
I know it's
what, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, because it's mostly the actors, you know, John Stockwell and Keith Gordon that make it work. I mean, because it's mostly about them and the relationship that's strained on them from this car. You know, and it's kind of like some crazy woman coming between them a little bit as well, taking his friend away and trying to turn him into something unrecognizable. But it's done in a very sort of like campy way. But like I said, you know, the actors, they play it dead seriously, and you believe the relationship as well to actually buy the whole concept of a fucking killer car coming to life and killing people. And but this is still well done as well. The way they brought the car repair itself with like little trick shots of, you know, molded plastic that's made to look like metal, just sort of like having air blown into it to sort of like undo the dents or inflate, something like that. Loads of like hydraulic presses as well. It's good little tricks, and it really does work. There's no CGI because they didn't have CGI back then. If they did, it wasn't that sophisticated enough just yet. But this is where we start to see just how just how murderous Christine is as well. And you're never quite sure if Keith Gordon is in the car when he's off in Fat Boy here.
Well, that was the genius of the blacked out windows.
Yeah,
it's like, is that the demon of the car? I mean, you can, or is it just to hide Arnie, or is it, you know, like, what is it exactly? But and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because it's one of those things. There's rare instances where the practicality of the need of it, you know, obviously it's hiding the stunt man who's stunt driving the car. And it's, you know,
you don't think he's maybe driving it with a periscope and laying, you know, like sitting much lower?
Sure. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like the scope, like maybe a scope right out. Honestly, like out the headlight or something like that. And also the car, they make impact noises here, but the car's undamaged when it gets through the alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love all the fact that it's the Fat Boy who actually does a better job of outrunning the car a little bit better than the actual.
Yeah, he hangs. Well, I mean, I guess you could headcanon that.
He gives it a good fucking run, doesn't he?
I guess you could headcanon that.
He's strategic too. He tries to go somewhere the car can't get him. He's like, ha ha, and the car's like, you know what? I got a little something extra for you. You piece of shit.
Hold my beer. I'm coming in anyway.
I remember what you did to my seats.
He's almost for sure the one that shit on the seats.
Well, he's the one cutting him up, right? He's the one who takes the switchblade to the. Well, we see him
he's
take
the one
the
that
switchblade
had 15 fucking. He had 15 deviled eggs, you know, just so he can shit quicker.
Oh God, there you go. That's epic too.
I know, it's like you don't see it, you don't see any gore, you just see his face just before he gets crushed, and it cuts to the next scene.
See, I would have written this differently. I mean, as cool as this is with it regenerating or whatever, I would have written this differently. I would have had like Christine, like just sitting there like that blob in the Creep Show short story, The Raft, that Stephen King wrote, and just like waiting for him, and he has to like stay there for like days at a time. And Christine's just sitting there like, come on, you got to come out sooner or later, fat boy. I know you're getting hungry, you know, just waiting for him to come out.
Yeah, and obviously, and I think this does sort of establish that he was in the car as well. Hey, did you hear about Fat Boy? Just got run over. You know, couldn't happen to a nicer fucking person, could it? And this bit had me questioning as well. Okay, these are high school students, and they're drinking beer in a hospital. I mean, has no one?
I think in the 70s, I might be wrong, but I think
age was 18. So some high school students some seniors could buy beer.
I thought it was 21.
Besides, where I was, the drinking age was like having money.
Yeah. As long as you had money.
If you had the $3, they're giving you the pint They were giving you whatever, the 20 ounce or the shuttle, as we call them, or the 40, as we call it.
I think it seems to be a very small, tight knit community because everybody's already heard about the car getting trashed, everything, and
It's a referendum on the car, too.
yeah.
It wouldn't be very likely that a lot of high school kids would have a car, like a sweet 1950s fucking thing like it. I mean, it could happen. I mean, I went to high school. There was dudes that had like 77 Barracudas and stuff, and I went to high school in the 90s. So I mean, I guess it's conceivable, but I mean, you know, it's not common, certainly.
I had a car that was like 27 years old when I was like 19. They were made to last more than the cars that came after them. So
I mean, that's certainly
Christine was just neglected because in this movie, the brother's terrified to go near it, change the oil, or do anything.
Right.
He's hoping it dies.
Yeah, he wants to hurry and get to McAllister's neighborhood.
We never see them put gas in this car because I don't think Christine needs it.
She doesn't need gas. She runs on love. She runs on love.
Yes, and probably Ernie's cut. Who knows? He probably does it in there. No, I'm not going to go there. We're going so cross here.
That took a wrong turn there.
Yeah, but it does show just how really unempathetic he is towards. I mean, he's just killed. He's pretty much had a person killed, and he feels quite happy about it. It's like,
well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would have.
I know the person deserved it a little bit, but
okay, this is the scene I wanted to dive into. If you'll indulge me a little bit, if you want to play the clip and then like pause it so it doesn't like.
Yeah, that's right. Arnold Cunningham. I'm Rudolph Junkins, state police detective.
Oh, look, I'm just missing a study hall. I gotta get to work.
Now.
I like I like this right here because one, we get Harry Dean Stanton, great character actor, pops in like dead set in the middle of the film. I love the fact that you know, although in the book it's implied that he knows about the stuff going on with Darnell and moving stuff across state lines, and that's why it's a state police investigation as opposed to a city, whatever. And that's fine. That doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter, and it doesn't bother me much. But the way in which this old school interrogation thing goes, where Arnie says one thing and means another, and so does the detective, and they're playing this nice little chess match with each other. And you're wondering like how much of this is the evil spirit imbued in the kid to kind of allow him to, you know, because remember, this isn't the meek kid, like put the knife down from the, you know, beginning of the movie. This is a guy that's confident in the things that he's saying. He's got this story ready to go. I mean, shit, I kind of believe it.
You're right. I thought the same thing. He is the focus of a homicide investigation, and this is a state police homicide investigator. This is no joke. This is possibly on CNN tomorrow.
Right.
And he's obviously there as well because someone's killed. So yeah, someone's going to be investigating this shit. So
yeah,
and he's connected to this guy as well. People already know he has a bit of a history with these bullies.
And I like the way in which, you know, Juergens or whatever, you know, Harry Dean Stanton, he makes, you know, a lot of different inferences during this, but he also he kind of pulls Arnie into the honey trap a little bit by like making him like coming off kind of very friendly and then switching up tactics really quickly. Like, watch this part here.
I don't care about that. I just want to ask you about your car. You do nice body work, Arnie. I thought this thing was totaled.
So he's trying to make Arnie believe that he's here investigating the car being smashed up, when in reality, he's investigating the deaths of these guys, you know, that has happened. And of course, like I said, the book, yes, there's also the subplot of the moving, you know, contraband across state lines and all. It's implied here, but it's not like explicitly said. But I mean, he tries to make Arnie think, because, you know, cops are allowed to lie to you, so that he can sit there and say, you know, hey, you know, yeah, your car, blah, blah, blah. And then at first Arnie's playing along, like he's thinking, oh, because Arnie knows he did something wrong, but he doesn't know that the cop knows it, or much less can prove it.
I told you that. Well, hell, everybody. Local police, your mom and dad, your girl. Cute girl, better.
Look at that little aw shucks, you know, hey, we're just buddies. We're just buddies having a conversation. It's no big deal.
false sense of security, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's lured him in for sure, but I think that like he has also pulled this same move on 4 other people connected with this weird murder. He's doing like he's a trained investigator. He's gonna check off every box methodically, and part of that is like throw the person a few curveballs and see if they just don't blurt out something incriminating. But what
Exactly.
and the way he's approaching him is like, yep, I know you were on the fringe of this tragic event that I have to investigate. Hey, nice car. I
Right.
drive a Duster myself.
Right. Right.
It's purple.
Yeah.
And they have this conversation where it's like it's like the approach is though he's not looking to arrest him. He's like, yep, just got to talk to you. You see anybody? All right, thanks. And it's like he's like, well, time to throw him the curveball, and the curveball hits him right in the berserk button, and him and Christine, because it's mutual, lash out like an asshole, and that's when he's like, oh, because I don't think he came here with anything in mind except, well, I'm going to do the same thing I do to everybody connected with these strange murders. He would have done this no matter who was involved, and he did this to the other 3 people he talked to. He approached everyone connected with this the same way. And like Arnie took the bait because of Christine, and because it's emotional context.
And drive off, but then Harry Dean Stanton sort of blocks him still, and he's like, "Okay,
Right.
you're not here for the car. You're here for the fucking killings, aren't you? I think I'm onto you, man."
Yeah, I like the whole.
I
The
think
whole,
he sets off his cop radar here. He was always going to do this. What do you think, Lord Toxic? Is this was a telling moment, right? He was too
think-
emotional, and the cop sense turns on because this guy's supposed to be a good, thorough investigator. State police homicide investigation in America implies he's pretty good. So I think that like he does hoodwink him into thinking he's just there to check off a box. And by the way, those are the reciprocal turn signals that would light up when you would turn them on. You could see them from inside your car. How cool is that? That chrome right by Harry Dean Stanton's arm. But he's just like, got to talk to everybody involved in this. Wow, that sure is a nice Fury.
Yeah.
Boy, you sure do good body work. Shame about that guy. He was an asshole. It's like, I think that this is when he starts his cop radar ringing. What do you think, Tom?
This is where he is. Yeah, I'm not playing games with you, kid. All right.
That and like what? Yeah, you're antagonizing
So what
a
do you
cop.
want, huh?
I really like this shade of red, Arnie.
I like the shade of red. I don't see this much anymore. Well, it must be true. It's almost like he sort of knows there might be a supernatural element going on with it, but he can't quite put his finger on it. And then he just sits back. I also love the fact that he offers him a smoke. That's like old cop trick, let me offer you a piece of gum or a smoke. See if you take it, you'll
It's a
take it. If you want
stimulant. Take this stimulant.
Yeah,
it's only going to help you
see
keep
if
you
you
safe.
are trying to calm your nerves and not lose your cool.
Right. Let's see if your hand shakes while you're doing it. Let's see if you'll accept the offering I give you as like a sign of approval.
By the way, Lord Toxic, you've just made a thought occur to me. You know why he's acting this way? Because there's some cold cases from like 10 years ago before that other guy got sick
Good
and
point.
stopped driving
Good
the
point.
car.
Yep.
Where Christine, this is not Christine's first killing spree.
You could see a younger, if there is such a thing, a younger Harry Dean Stanton,
Or
had
his
worked on that.
captain briefing him. It's like it matches the old Motor
Back
City
in the
Mauler
day,
murders
yeah,
back
that
in
was
Detroit.
That was a
similar
red car that
cases in
killed a bunch
Maine.
of people.
There was a Plymouth Fury in Maine and Detroit that did the same thing. Look into it.
Oh my God, Christina's back! Derp, derp,
The kid was cut in
derp.
half, Arnie. They had to scrape his legs up with a shovel.
That's a
Well,
great
isn't
line.
that what you're supposed to do with shit? Scrape it up with a little shovel.
I like the last line he says.
Taunting the homicide
Last line he says to
investigator.
him.
It's a
I mean,
great
the last
line.
line he says to him is great. Like, don't get fucking smart with me. Your girlfriend's much more convincing than you.
Don't get smart with me, son. Your girlfriend is a hell of a lot more convincing than you are.
Yeah, he fucking got you, man. He got you. That's a great line. I mean, he doesn't really do much to further the plot, but it's Harry Dean Stanton. He's awesome.
Well,
always
he
awesome.
is really good about putting in some sort of investigative entity into this supernatural realm and having it juxtaposed against it. Like, you have the sheriff, Grainborn or whatever his name is, that's in The Dark Half and then Needful Things, and Alan Pangborn, I guess is his name, played by Michael Rooker in Dark Half, and then played excellently by Ed Harris in Needful Things. And they always have them kind of come in and they know just a little bit more than they're letting on, these small town detectives. Same thing in I believe Cujo also shares the same sheriff with the one where the guy can see in the future.
Dead Zone.
Dead Zone. Yeah.
The people in the town stay the same from book to book a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And, you just don't want to drive over to the next town, Salem's Lot. It's even worse than Castle Rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's funny that you mentioned that one too, because in Salem's Lot, they have a constable in that one, and he's very good and figures it out right away. But I mean, because he's really a good, smart cop, as opposed to the movie versions of it, the book version of him just packs up his car and says, adios, going down to Florida.
Yeah, you got a level 10 vampire here situation here. I'm going to bug out and see what happens. Everyone's on their own. I quit.
But I do like the fact that Ernie does kind of say this, and is it illegal to fix up your car? I mean, you've got all this, you suspect me, but you haven't got shit on me, really, have you? Nothing, what's the term? Watertight or substantial?
I think airtight.
Airtight.
Airtight,
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, he's cocky. He's taunting.
Yeah, he's getting real
Taunting
cocky as well. He's
a
getting
federal-
so full of himself. He's becoming very unapathetic. Everything. He's just becoming unfeeling towards everyone else. And yeah, he tries to ring up Lee as well and try and get her back, but she's not fucking having it anymore. I mean, like,
The charm
what
offensive is more offensive than charming when he's a complete dick.
yeah, I mean, he tries to be real calm, but when she knocks him back, he just fucking loses it. I mean, he just becomes incredibly irrational and angry.
Yeah, he's devoid of all couth at this point.
Mm.
And the car, by the way, now is like, ladies and gentlemen, if you think Christine has acted crazy to this point, it's going to start really just killing people
she
now.
becomes full on fucking mass murderer here because
And whether or not Arnie is part of it, he's down with it. Whether I think he's in the car sometimes. Like, it doesn't really matter. He knows enough, and I think that at this point there's such an overlap that if Arnie's at home with his parents, he's on the couch, kind of catatonic, and like Arnie, and like he's seeing through like the headlights of what Christine is doing. I think they're almost they are now symbiotic.
yeah, and I don't think Arnie is in the car here as well because it sets on fire, doesn't it? Which leads to Darnell getting killed and Arnie found in the car later. So Christine is acting on her own here.
You might be okay if the car is on fire if it's Christine, but yeah, I guess the implication would be he's not. The car does this one on its own, but I think the first one he could have been in the car.
Yeah, I think he was in that car because he already knows about Fat Boy getting killed. So yeah,
This is
I
the
think
part
he
of the
was.
book that has a neutral third-party narrator, which may not tell us. It's not. It's only semi-omnipotent.
I know. It's just caused a lot of bad things to happen here with the fucking gas station getting blown up and everything. And,
Look at how beautiful
yeah.
the car looks there. Yeah, he just T-bones another classic, beautiful muscle car and destroys it.
Yeah. Is that Cunningham? I think it's Cunningham. I love how he's challenging the fucking cars. Like, I'm not fucking finished with you. Well, he thinks it's Cunningham in the car, doesn't he? But it's like, the dude's in the car is going to run you over. I mean, why the hell are you challenging him?
Well, that's another thing with the blacked out windows. We don't really know when Arnie is in there and when he's not, do we?
Yeah, I think this is the only instance where he found out he isn't. I mean, it's still kept ambiguous for now, right up until it shows up at Darnell's and crushes him to death.
My opinion is that in the movie, the people for the stupid move with the knife and for not running off the undrivable road to slow Christine down, the Christine is also now beguiled and is affecting these guys too with its power of OCD. It makes the bully go full OCD bully. It's like, I'll stab you, car. I think he's so angry he's that dumb. And the movie's best epic death.
I know, and it's not even it doesn't linger on as well. It's just very quick. You know, it hits him. He's on fire. He's dead. That's it.
It's great visual. I mean, just keep moving on. It's really efficient.
Yeah. So then Christine comes back. She's all smoking hot, you know, but not in the best way possible. So Darnell's on the phone, and I think I missed this bit of dialogue. I was like, what's going on here? Like, he's mentioned something about Jack as well, and he's got a shotgun. So he thinks it's trouble, obviously. He goes to find out what's going on. But of course, he tries to call him out, but nothing happens. He goes in, bends his hand, obviously, and he goes in. He finds out there's no one there. So he tries to see how the hell this thing is coming out. How the hell this thing has just come in by itself, and then the car just comes on and starts crushing him to death. I think that might be one of the more grisly deaths in this movie.
But a well-deserved one.
Yeah, and I think this might be the only death Ernie actually does feel a little bit heartbroken about as well, because we have seen Darnell kind of be, like Admiral Teague said, a bit more of a father figure to him than his actual father or stepfather.
Does Darnell call the car Jack because that's the former owner's name? Has Darnell figured this out?
You know what? That's what confused me. So yeah, he called it Jack then. Yeah, obviously he's suspected, and he's saying this had nothing to do with it. I mean, he gets cocky as well, but then he sees Darnell as being killed, and he does actually seem a little bit, you know, he kind of cuts the bullshit a little bit here. So yeah, and now he informs him that all the bullies are dead, they've all been killed, and obviously we cut back to Lee, who's ringing Dennis, who's with his sister, and I think it's getting around about, it's already established that it's getting around to Christmas now as well. So this film has basically kind of become a Halloween movie, a Thanksgiving movie, and a Halloween movie, and very soon it's going to be a New Year one. And this is where Lee starts, you know, telling Dennis that there's something about this car and it needs to be sorted out. I think it's changing Ernie, and we might have to try and save him. And she's already found out a bit of the information about the guy that died. Everything that Dennis knows about as well, she now knows. So he's thinking, okay, I'm going to try and organize something on New Year's evening because, you know, around his parents, they do it every year. And I'm going to try and see if I can talk him into getting rid of this car and hopefully get my friend back. So
He dead named Duke of Many Things says he dead named the car. That's a red flag. That's funny. Good for you. That's funny.
Yeah. NEB, yes, you should definitely do Revenge of the Nerds. You know what? I've not seen that, to be honest. Not like a lot of these dumb 80s movies.
Of course, because it came out in the 80s. So, of course, you haven't. I think it actually came out in 84 or 85.
85. I'm a bit funny on that one, so yeah. Yeah, well, so far, I've not seen any copyright shit flagged up. I'll try and dispute it. So, yes, I think RT is the one that established the King's version of Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, probably a little bit more talent as well. Darker. The Preacher's cars are serviced every Sunday. The windscreen spray uses holy water and the wipers genuflect. Yeah. Weird enough, I see that. Okay. You mentioned something about I got hit by a car coming home from college. It was written off. I'm a Yorkshireman. What can I tell you? Yeah, sounds about right, that. Dead name the car. Okay, and yeah, moving on, we're I think
that's the chat of the day, though, because the car then gender swaps.
Yeah,
that means that like Christine was once Jack.
Yeah, Jack, and now it's Christine. Yeah, he found out on Twitter how to become a victim. So yeah, so the car is very, very woke.
The Amber Heard story on tape was stuck in the cassette player.
Mm. Yeah, Dennis really antagonizes him a little when he calls it he's still driving his shitbox, and he gets all serious as well. And I think I think he means it, but at the same time, he was trying to pass it off like he was having a joke. And this is where he really starts to get into his mind on just how much this car has really fucking twisted him as well. Because let's get Toxic back on. Sorry about that, man. Didn't know he was out.
No, what? It's the hotel is undergoing. So I'm linked to my phone now. Laptop's linked to the phone.
Yeah, because I've got the slides in the way as well, so I'm just going in and out, trying to look on the chart, everything before going back onto the screenshot. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, and this guy is so fucking contentful now. Yeah, he has his beer, but it's like, this is to all the shitters in the world, and they're dead. And it's like, well, what about our friendship? I mean, because he's losing his friend, who he's known a long time. Just seeing him getting consumed by this car, and it's. Keith Gordon really sells it. I mean, he is full on creepy here. He is disturbing.
No, he is. Which is, it's interesting too. It's almost like the same thing he does in Back to School when he gets drunk and punches out William Zabka, and his girlfriend's horrified. Is what's her name? The girlfriend in that too? Who's the girlfriend in Back to School? It's not her again, is it?
Okay.
Nah, it couldn't be. It couldn't be.
Back to School.
But yeah, kind of the same thing. He
Terry Farrell from Star Trek. It's Dax.
Is it really?
Shit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hell, yeah. She's a stunner, man.
Huh.
No, he's kind of he kind of does this whole Tyler Durden thing where it's like, come on, yeah, stop trying to control everything and just let the car just go by itself, and we'll be free.
Yeah, there's a longer version of this scene that's deleted where he's almost making him throw up, and Arnie says something really weird. He goes, "Don't throw up on the seat. She hates that." And it's like, how many times has that happened, Arnie? Are you just picking up random strangers and putting them in the car and doing crazy shit, making them puke, and they're puking on the seat? How many people have you killed by now, Arnie? How many dead bodies have you accumulated?
I know, and it's what it says here as well about listen, if you stick with me, you're going to be all right. It's like, okay, what if I don't stick with you? And it's like, and he doesn't say anything. You know what his intention is as well, because to him, everybody who isn't on his side is an enemy. Christina's really consumed him now. She has this contempt for humanity, and she's kind of passed that contempt onto him. Mm-hmm. And he is trying to reason with him and talk him back out of it as well. And it's like, Lee really does care about you. And he's just laughing it off. It's like he doesn't give a shit anymore about her.
No,
he really doesn't. And
because look at his eyes. Look at them crazy eyes right there.
I know, that is fucking good, man. That is a great shot as well. It's like, I mean, he mentioned this whole thing about love and just how it can make you fucking build mountains, blah, blah, blah. And it's like he's talking about Lee. And he's like, fuck no, talking about Christine. And he's gone. He's totally gone now. He's beyond saving. Yeah. If there's any chance of saving him, it's too late for him now.
They kind of left out a subplot that's in the book where Arnie hurts his back just like LeBay, and he starts having to wear a brace. And they have this kind of inner monologue of Arnie. And one of the things is after the car had gotten trashed, didn't get trashed inside the bay. He had to push it to the bay. And that's supposedly how he hurt his back. But he has this kind of inner thoughts going, oh, my back is killing me because I had to push Christine. And then his rational side, it's kind of creeping up going, that's not why. You know why. That's not why. And then other instances of him going, oh, I seem to have drifted off. I was driving and I don't even remember how long I was driving. Man, I must have had too many beers. And it's like, that's not why. Come on now, be honest with yourself. And his rational side keeps trying to overtake, but the spell in which Christine and in the manner of the book, I guess the spirit of LeBay has completely consumed him. So this is kind of a brilliant way. This is really ballsy that he came up into this.
Having on Christine as well, Darnell, tonight is like, shit, you're making an enemy out of Christine here a little bit. But I mentioned before with Admiral Teague that no shit ever came between me and Christine. And it's like, the old man Marley used that line a little bit as well with against Dennis, saying, you don't know half of what you know, shitter.
Yeah.
And it's like Christine it's like some of Christine's sort of like impressions on people is passing on to Arnie, and she sees people as shitters. Anyone she doesn't like is a shitter, and Arnie's starting to sort of like become impressed on that as well.
So I'm curious. So in the book, it's established that at this point, Lee and Dennis are kind of into each other, and there's something going on, and he kind of feels bad about it, but he does it anyway, of course, because of course he does. And they sort of soft shoe that here, in that they don't really, it doesn't really look like that in the movie. There is a deleted scene in which her and Dennis start making out in his car, and then Arnie shows up all of a sudden and almost like runs them down when they try to get out of the car to talk to him or whatever. And Dennis flips him off and stuff. Like, I feel like I like that was left out, because that love triangle thing just doesn't. This is like two friends trying to help their good friend, not like
that's
this.
It, yeah, because it just makes Dennis look a bit more sleazy as well, like he would just do this to his friend, because he's shown to have a bit of a moral backbone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think we could change that one from deleted scene to filmed in error and rightly disregarded. But good call, John Carpenter. Good call.
Yeah. So yeah, they're obviously working together, and they have to get rid of fucking Christine now. I mean, because there's no other choice. So they've got this whole plan in motion as well to use this bulldozer to just to destroy it. Obviously she's going to be the bait as well, because she's the love interest for Ernie, and Christine is jealous because she's a very toxic feminine woman, car thingy like. So. So obviously the way, and there is a little bit of a fake out where you see a car come earlier, and it's not Christine.
Hey, Rachel Perciard, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
How are you doing? Yeah, let's go on the chat a little bit. Sorry about that.
Hey, good.
Yeah, how you doing, Rachel? Try and get you on for another stream someday. I hope you're doing okay as well, and do many things. Try and contact me, man. I want to try and see if I can get you on to Red Dwarf soon as well. Red Dwarf 2, because I know you're a big fan of that, and and you do videos as well on YouTube, and my ex is on my description. My ex account is in my description. Please message me. So, okay, moving on. So she goes out to check, have a look around, and it turns out Christina's been fucking hiding underneath that trasser. So she's a crafty little girl, isn't she? She's a sneaky little bitch, eh? So we get a pretty intense scene where Christine's trying to kill her, she's trying to use the crane, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and Christine's looking all fucked up as well. She's, yeah, no amount of makeup is going to cover that up. Yeah, so obviously, after that, the car goes over and it crashes into this window, sending Ernie flying out. And yeah, he's in the car as well. It's established he's in the car.
So that's a major change from the book, because it's just Christine going after him. Everything else is pretty accurate, but Arnie and his mom actually die in a car accident that has nothing to do with Christine.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's changed. That works better. Period, I should say.
I think this works better. Yeah, I think this works better.
Yeah, because he's one with the car as well. The car is downfall. Yeah, so he flies up and he just grabs her. I was like, is he trying to drive the knife that's in his chest into her chest as well? Either way, it doesn't work, and he's got this piece of glass into his body. He pulls it out, and he knows he's just one last time before he dies. He caresses Christine before he dies. Very tragic as well, because you can see this was a good guy who just had his man fucked up by this thing that somehow was alive, and there was no saving him. But Christine's not willing to go down easily as well, so she tries to kill Lee, but he gets the crane and starts crushing it, and it starts playing Rock and Roll Never Dies while it's literally dying, which I kind of like as a nice little ironic thing, because it's kind of hinting that, yeah, you can crush the fuck out of me, but I'm still going to keep on living. So he crushes the
even if my evil, malevolent Katra has to invest itself into the spirit of another vehicle, I'm willing to start out with a bicycle and work my way up. Yeah, Christine's not done.
Yeah, no, Rock and Roll Never Dies, showing that Christine will never die, no matter what you do, no matter how badly you crush her. And yet, fucking hell, they must have trashed a shitload of cars in this movie as well, because I think they had like a good number of them.
They must have got destroyed like 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah. I can't be the only one who's fascinated by seeing this car just getting crushed into a fucking cube. I mean, I don't know, there's just something about it. A thing of beauty just getting decimated like that.
It's very Terminator, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you terminated fucker. And he gets crushed into a cube, and Harry D. Stanton. And yeah, this probably does hint that he knew Christine was probably supernatural. Because he's very cool about it as well. He's like, oh yeah, there's this cat that came alive, sending my friend nuts and trying to kill everyone. And it's like, okay, just another day in, well, Stephen King world, I guess.
He must be reporting to Lieutenant Castillo, the only police superior who would accept that. Must have been voodoo. All right, no problem.
Yeah, well, I had a guy who thought he was an actual drug dealer and killed a lot of people, but I still let him off. So yeah, you're good. Yeah, a real hero. And he's like, you two are heroes. He's like, no, a real hero could have saved Annie. He's like, listen.
Oh.
You know, some things just can't be helped, and some people can't. Yeah, because it's like Slasher Fred said, it's like addiction. Sometimes addiction just consumes someone, and you can't save them. You can't do anything about it. You know, the world is a cruel place, and there's a lot of losses you have to take. But you get a good little fake out where you hear the radio, these old 50 songs, and it's just this fucking asshole listening to a boombox. So then you close in, you see a little bit of Christine move, hinting that she's still alive, and it finishes. And my God, it is, even though it's did pretty well at the box office, I mean, it made its money back, but it's still a cult classic and not a classic, which I kind of get, because what Inside Man said about it feeling more like a director for hire job for John Carpenter, it is still a very good movie, though. It really is. I think it's very strong. It's very compelling and very tragic, even though it is even though the idea for the plot is a little bit silly, as this Family Guy sketch that you sent me earlier establishes. Let's get it up.
Okay, for my 307th book, this couple is attacked by a lamp monster. Ooh.
You're not even trying anymore, are you? When can I have it?
Yeah, Stephen King. He may have done some works of literary genius, but yeah, he had his flaws as well. If you've watched the Nostalgia Critics Stephen King video reviews, you can see there's a lot to sort of take the piss out of us as well, even if you do like his work. It's like you said earlier with the Langoliers, because come on, Bronson Pinchot going "scary the little girl" is one of the funniest shit you'll ever fucking see.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad story. It's just that the special effects in 1995, when that was made, just don't quite. It just can't. It doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's it definitely does feel like a proper made-for-TV movie as well. The way it looks, everything. It's yeah, it's one of the few Stephen King adaptations that are just that's more entertainingly hilarious than actually scary. Because I think Stephen King, he does do a lot of good, hilariously bad stuff as well. I mean, I mentioned before Sleepwalkers, because a guy gets killed with a fucking cord on the cob. It's how can you not laugh at that? But Christine, I can definitely take this seriously, because we mentioned before the actors do sell it, and it does serve as a good little metaphor for that terrible woman that sort of turns your friend against you and turns him into something that you barely recognize about him anymore. And you know, and when something like that is done well, you've got to give it credit where it's due. So I don't think there's anything else we can say about the film, because we've already established throughout the duration of the movie the pros and the cons, and yeah, there is a lot of unanswered questions, but it kind of helps with the ambiguity a little bit, though, because how the fuck did Christine sort of become alive anyway is never really told, apart from Admiral Teague's theory that it could have some loose connection to some of the Native Americans that was part of the same case in The Shining, maybe. But I don't know. What do you think, Toxic?
I mean, if you go by the book version, it's LeBay that kind of corrupts it and turns it evil, so to speak. But if you go by the movie, it seems to have come off the assembly line cursed. Sometimes they're just cursed things, you know what I mean? So I mean, it's just it's one of those things where it's like, who knows, man? You know, I certainly don't.
Yeah, because it is more of a mystery, isn't it, with this one? But I kind of like not. It's one of those things where I kind of like not knowing. There's something.
I feel like I don't need. I really don't need to know. Do we really need to know that? I mean,
yeah. Do we need to see like a 10-episode Netflix show about how Christine got bloody mansplained by some toxic white arsehole, and then she died and then became a fucking car or some bullshit? Oh my god, I'm giving Netflix ideas. No, don't Netflix. Leave that alone.
No good.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can go on about. Is there anything else we can go on about it? Because we've established the differences between the books and a lot of the great moments in this movie.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more to do than reaching, which I was doing with the Indian burial ground sort of curse analogy. It's like, if there's anything maybe that made it evil from the start, it was that it was picking up some of, or just like from episodes of Star Trek, like wandering vampiric energy and positivity, sucking, destroying vampiric like creatures. And it was always an evil spirit. And when Christine is being crushed, like rock and roll never dies, just means like, okay, I don't have a form now, but I'll find something. Now I'm just formless again, but I'll find like another person or another vehicle that I'll take control of.
Yeah.
And of course, the car starts to reform. So it's implied that maybe it's going to come back and do it again. But yeah, I think Toxic was like, he was right on about the differences with the book.
Yeah.
Which is a page turner, but long.
It's overlong. I mean, like I said at the outset of this, I remember it very differently. I thought it was, something that I would have sworn to you a few months ago, even that, it's pretty faithful. But upon, doing this with you and grabbing the book from the library and rereading it, I'm like, oh, now to be fair, I read it when I was 16. So, I mean, you have to give me a little bit of grace on that. But, it's fairly different.
Yeah, I don't always mind it when they change things from the book, as long as it's done as long as they're doing it because it will benefit the movie.
Which I feel like it does.
Go ahead. I feel like Stephen King was probably taking phone calls on this one in a way that's not happening with The Shining and other stuff, So when they're like, look, it's a movie. We do have to change this. If we get this movie under 2 hours, we'll show it more times a day. It'll make more money and you can make more books. Okay, it's a story about a possessed car. There's already one out there. So let us do this. And Stephen King, like in a moment of good judgment, was like, I will relent. I will let you do the things that make sense.
I think Stephen King really liked John Carpenter and he likes his stuff. So, I mean, I think if he likes the person, he's more apt to, ride with him on whatever changes that, they want to do and stuff like that. So I think it really kind of just depends,
Also, my other thought is the target market for this movie not George Lucas? I mean, this is everything George Lucas loves in a movie. I mean, it's like I've written a book that George Lucas will definitely want to pick up on as a movie, and he's like, he doesn't realize George is like wrapped up in his own world. It's like, well, I did get John Carpenter. We'll see where this goes, and he gets it closer to his book than The Shining, where when they told him the things had to be changed, like he talks to the people on the, it's like, no, he wouldn't do that. Try this. Like those kind of phone calls at least took place. Clearly he wasn't totally satisfied, but he had input in the screenplay.
Yeah, and it kind of works as well this time. I mean, because we've seen Stephen King just try to do movies and it ends up not being scary. It just ends up being unintentionally hilarious because it's like, I think if Sleepwalkers was actually written as a novel first, I think it could have been more effective because you're building the images in your own head, aren't you? What you build in your own head is much more scary than what is actually put on screen. It's just one of those things sometimes. But
he just
but
doesn't
Christine-
write visually. He spends a lot of time inside people's psyches, and also this I point out is one of the lone Stephen King stories that survives the existence of working cell phones.
Yeah. Plus, wasn't this like one of his like earlier kind of transcripts that he hadn't had published anywhere, or an idea for something that he hadn't fully developed into a story? Well,
That I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
He might have had something he was working on, but there was coordination from the point, like at the point that he's had a couple of books become hit movies in a row. People have been sniffing around, and the production company is like, look, if you would be willing to write a book, that would lend itself to a movie, that would be great. And he's like, I can do that. I'm prolific. And at this point he was, because he had cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Earlier years were his best because it wasn't just like writing books as well because of him. Evil Dead probably wouldn't have got more traction to be made in a way because I was looking back on that a little bit as well, and he had a little bit of a hand in Evil Dead, sort of like getting more traction, but I think we're rambling on a little bit too much now. This is a good movie. Christine is very underrated. Yes, it feels more like a film that happens to be directed by John Carpenter, as opposed to his movies that actually do feel like John Carpenter movies. But it's still a very solid movie with some very memorable characters and a very good tragic story where you do want to see Arnie sort of come back from the curse and hopefully make it, but it's a tragedy. It's a tragic story.
He lost me actually after a couple of like indifferent and messed up things he did. After he yelled at the girlfriend, I'm like, I don't feel sympathy for Arnie anymore. He's really given in to Christine.
He's become real psychotic, hasn't he? But I think he just ended up feeling for John Stockwell a little bit more though as well, because he's lost his friend and he just wants him back.
And this car might be stalking him in the book too. Yes, you're right.
So yeah, final thoughts on Christine. Very underrated movie with some great actors, great performances, and that really make the silly concept actually work. So, Admiral Teague, final thoughts on Christine before we move on to
You couldn't have said it better. Maybe a little bit of presaging of the Terminator here, but not a lot. This is a movie, of course, George Lucas would have loved. I think it's a great, fun watch. It's really efficient. It's like a great screenplay as far as like the textbook class and how to write a very clean, efficient screenplay with no wasted time. At an hour and 47 minutes, they were probably like jumping for joy that they could show it one extra time every day. So this movie probably deserved to be remembered better. That problem is no breakout star. We got a Travolta clone, not Travolta. Keith Gordon, not really enduring fame. Legend of Billie Jean is the next and maybe last time we see him. And it's too bad because it's a good movie with memorable performances that probably deserves a little more credit. It's not The Omen, but it's good. It's really good.
Oh, The Omen's fucking good. So yeah, thanks for that, Admiral Teague. And is there anything you want to promote before we bounce off?
Check out my channel. I'm Admiral Teague, Teag. I'm the only Admiral Teague. It's at Saving Star Trek is the channel. Every Saturday night we do reviews of Star Trek episodes. We're on Enterprise right now. And on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and occasionally Fridays, I have a talk show that usually airs at 11 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Saturday night Star Trek parties are at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much, Nix, for putting my link up. And I want to thank my host and Lord Toxic for being on the panel with me and say, please, if you're coming through later, give this stream a like. It's a good YouTube conversation and a good YouTuber.
Thanks as well, Nix, as well, for putting everyone in the chat in order so I can... Well, save me a job scrolling up, though, because I need to try and make you a mod. I have no idea how to make a fucking mod out for Nix on this. So, you've managed to do it, Lord Toxic.
You go on the YouTube
I made him a mod on my channel. Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah,
You
no.
go on the YouTube side, you click on the name, and there'll be 3 little dots, and like it'll give you some options. It'll be like, kick them from the chat. It's like, send them hate mail, like dispatch a hitman, make them a moderator. I've hit dispatch a hitman a bunch of times.
Yeah. Okay. Nick's still on here.
And then
Okay,
they'll
Nick-
have a wrench, or as you would call it, a spanner, sir.
Got it. Add as the moderator. Here we go, man.
There you go.
Easy peasy.
And now his name will be Blue.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir. Use that
Yeah,
wrench
what's the-
only for
what's the one-
good.
Yeah, what's the one more thing to
No.
pick? There's manager, moderator, and standard moderator.
Managing moderator has power to ban people. Other people, it's kept to a timeout.
I'll put him on there. I'll put him on there anyway, just to see if he can handle the power and not get too tyrannical.
There you go.
He
You
will.
get your +2
He
sword,
will.
sir.
Unleash the monster. So yeah, I think I've just made you a moderator there, Nix.
You
Yes,
got
I
your +2
have. Yes,
magic
I
sword.
have.
Use it
Yes.
only for good. And Nix is here, always here. Nix is good. It's great to see
too
you.
late-
And yeah,
too late,
you look good in you look good in blue, sir.
Yeah.
I am
Too
a
late,
monster
you're
now.
But it's better
Fear
as well.
me.
Yeah. You can put your links on here, and it'll be able to be a lot more clickable as well. So, yeah, and plus, you've been on my fucking chats throughout the last few years. I've been doing these streams, so it's why not? I've been trying to do it earlier as well. I've just been too fucking dumb to know how. So, yeah, Lord Toxic. Final thoughts on Christine, and what are you promoting next?
Better movie than it is a book, which I don't use often, but I do enough. About 50-50, maybe 60-40, whatever. Great performances from the actors. I'm glad they went with the unknowns as opposed to like the Scott Baio for Arnie and the Kevin Bacon for Dennis as they originally wanted. Very happy about that. It's great soundtrack. Again, John Carpenter just robbed, man. I feel like he had like some weird, cloud hanging over his head where he has all these great films that we look back on now and they're great. The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, Halloween was great, but then successive stuff, he just got burned on the franchise thing. And then stuff like this, had no reason to bomb, but unfortunately it did, or at least didn't turn enough of a profit that he wanted. Things I got coming up, we'll be doing Toxic Thursday before the next open bar, so I can kind of undercut who a little bit and get in a little bit before him. We'll have our usual Buffy stream on Sunday where we're finishing out season 3, moving into season 4 and season 1 of Angel Tandem. And on Devil's Night, the night before Halloween, October 30th, we'll be doing an all Buffy and Angel special on Halloween and Halloween adjacent episodes. So hopefully you'll be with me for that one. But yeah, that's all I got. Oh yeah, I always forget. Tonight, if I can, and my bar's not too busy, I will be with Nadia doing the season finale of season 4 of Stranger Things.
Fucking hell, nice one. It's going to be a long time before we see that next season. Everyone will be old and crotchety by then, still playing high school students, Should be hilarious. So yeah, thanks for that.
Supposed to be next year, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, they're going to be way old then. Jesus. I thought it'd be sooner while they were still a little bit young, like middle-aged. But no, they waited till they were fucking pensioners next year then. But thanks, Lord Toxic. Thank you, Admiral Teague. You've been beautiful bastards. Been always great guests. As always great guests on here. And Nick, thanks for just standing by me on these shitty little streams for the last couple of years as well. And I'm glad to finally make you a mod. So let's get back to the people who's done real well helping keep this chat alive. And RTNZ as well for the super chat. It's always appreciated, even if it's just a couple of New Zealand dollars, whatever. I'm still grateful. So chatting order appearance, Admiral Teague, Wear Me Spoons, Blue Collar Loser, Trump Daddy, Demon Night 1995. Hope to see you next week for Demon Night as well. Miss Sparkles, thank you very much. I hope we managed to leave you less confused on some of the stuff that's happened in this movie, but I highly doubt it. I think we've probably made it worse. I do apologize, but I hope you're very well. Hope you're doing well also, and hope you enjoy your weekend too. So RTNZ, thank you, Mr. E. Sorry I didn't get to read your chats earlier. But you're always welcome, Slasher Fred. Thank you for some of the chats as well. I really appreciate it. Inside Man, do cover many things. Let me know. Fucking contacts me. We'll get you on Red Dwarf Man and Rebel Rose. Always welcome. So, and review Beautiful Bastards. And oh yeah, I forgot to promote myself. Jesus Christ, I am such a fucking dumbass. So yeah, right now my Hocus Pocus 2 of my Halloween seasonal reviews has premiered earlier. The film is shit, but hopefully you found my review hilarious, as well as my pain entertaining. So, whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for watching, and do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and to ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then the links are in the description below. But right now, that's us done, and we're off to the pub. Enjoy your weekend, you gruesome bastard.
Show the world. Let them know it's Halloween. Hit it! I wouldn't change places with anyone tonight. We'll carve pumpkin faces and watch the witches' flight. Every human heart will shudder. Every soul will shake with fear. Tonight, the creepiest. Tonight, the scariest. Tonight, the most wonderful. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your dog could turn into a cat. There may be a toad in your bass guitar, or your sister could turn into a bat. Christmas time brings the snow. Summertime brings the sun. But on Halloween, your blood begins to run. Something spooky is going down. Anything can happen on Halloween. It's better than a video. Gremlin's gonna mess up every cassette from London to Idaho. April 1st can be fun. New Year's Eve is a ball. But on Halloween, your flesh begins to crawl. Oh, I'm losing control. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your toenails grow long and your hair turns green. Your teacher could become a sardine. Your dentist could turn into a queen. Has anybody seen